Sunday morning.
We are live. Hey, Raider Nation. Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Good, man. Good to be back. A little vacation.
Like we're back pillaging again. How you feel about that?
Back at it, man. Like we never left. But we got a lot to talk about.
You know, once you're a Raider Nation, you never leave, man. You're in for life. So, with that being said, let's do this. Let's start this show.
It's the Sunday morning Pillaging show. This for Raiders. Oh, Raider Nation racing. Oh, Pillaging just for Sundays. Oh, me and Chris, we don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. When it comes to this Raider classic out, we don't miss. Raider Nation, we don't miss.
Hey, welcome to back to the Pillaging Show. We're once again going to pillage this season. Today we have a special guest. Black the quarterback, also from Biz Sports. I'd probably say that wrong. I'm bringing him in anyway. So without further ado, let's welcome the guest. All right, this is my computer actor, right? I have computer problems. There he is.
What's good, brother?
What's good? How's everything?
Oh man, everything is good. It's Sunday morning. I think this is the last Sunday without football of sorts. I think the Hall of Fame game starts on Thursday. So that means the grass is going to have that smell of grass again and football excitement, and I'm just ready to get to it and see what we gonna do, man.
Well, I'll tell you one thing we should do compared to last year. We should have played football. That's what we should do. Because last year, I don't know what that
football.
was. Real football. I don't know what that was last year.
Yeah,
hey, Jack. Welcome, Frank. Hey, what's going on, Frank? David Johnson. Joe. What's up, fellas? Thanks for coming in.
I don't know about you guys, but man, I'm so glad that football is back.
Okay. Well, we need to get that bad taste out of our mouth, kind of like Top Gun. Remember when Goose died and he was like, "Get him back up in that plane," when he was talking about Maverick. And so, to get that bad taste out of our mouth and try to get that, next play mentality and have that short memory and let's move forward, and the Raiders done a great job of doing that in this offseason. So if that's any indication of what's going down, then I'm all for it.
Well, the one thing I like what's going on this season compared to a lot of other seasons is the quiet. It's the quiet. There's no controversy in the locker room. There's no controversy about this and that. It's just so quiet. And I like that. That means they're taking care of business. There's no like this guy this guy that, and this guy. It's like kind of quiet. It's just like they're just going on normally, like they should do. There's no guys getting arrested or beating up their wives or anything like that. It's quiet. And I like it. I don't like it because I want to know what's going on, but it's quiet. There's no madness.
Like you said, the lack of distraction.
Yeah, that's showing people want to be here too. It's like they're willing to sacrifice, be team first instead of being selfish, and you know what I mean. Everybody's, I guess, buying in, so it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's a thing that we're becoming a team where players want to come here.
Exactly.
And that's what I like to see too. Because before we had to pay exuberant amount of money to get a player here, or we had to trade for them, and they didn't want to be here. It's that thing. Well, we trade for one player, Teron Johnson, and he's feeling right. He's feeling good. But in
Yeah,
that,
Raiders, get that man his money. I'm sorry.
go
I
go go go
want
go
them to
go
get
go.
that man his money.
Who money?
Teron, because they haven't finalized his contract, and he came back early to show good faith towards the Raiders because he could have sat out until he got a new contract. So get that man his money, man. He done his part now. Let's do ours.
I think he wants guaranteed is a problem. They want that guarantee because he's up in age, so he wants to make sure, like just in case, I want some guarantee.
Yeah,
That's only hold up.
He making plays too. You know what I mean? Like pay him. Because he's a vet, and we need all the veteran leadership in that secondary we can get.
Yeah, I just want guaranteed money. That's all.
yeah.
If I had it, I'd give it to him, but I ain't got it.
Yeah,
The Raiders do.
The Raiders got plenty.
Hell yeah.
So speaking of trades, what do you think about that Vita trade that everybody keep talking about?
Vita Vegas.
Yeah.
Vita Vegas. Yeah, I think if we could pull it off, yeah, for sure. It goes back to what you just said earlier about now we're a place that players want to come. He actually said out of his mouth that this is one of the places. So that's a good indication that we're doing things appropriately because of that. As far as do I believe that, should we get him? Absolutely, I do think so. I think what'll happen is it'll allow us to go from trying to walk and find out what kind of defense that we have that we can at least hit the ground, not necessarily running, but at least jogging. So that will put us ahead of the curve a little bit. And what I mean by the curve, I mean just when you have a new defensive coordinator, especially a first-time play caller and all that, there's a lot to be expected that we're going to be deficient at, on top of the fact that we have a whole new roster. So that helps us, close that cushion and that gap and that curve a little bit more and put a little bit less pressure on Coach Robbie, because I know he feels a whole lot better that he has Max than not have Max. And then and then if you get a Vita Veda, which everybody was up in arms about not having a D tackle since we're going to be in the 3-4. If we were to fill that out, he would be able to come in and produce to a degree, and also teach those young guys who we thinking could possibly hold it down, like the Tonka Hemingways, and maybe Adam Butler can turn a corner, and and just JJ Pegues and things like that. So I'm all for it. I mean, I think it'll advance the team, and I think he may fit into the culture. And plus, all the Bay Area ties and the Spy Tech ties and all that other stuff, it only makes logical sense. But it doesn't always pan out like that. But for me, it's a yes.
Real quick though, how'd you feel about the Lucky Tassi?
Well, I was surprised that they got rid of Laffy Taffy. I liked him. I was a little surprised, but what that tells me is, well, you can tell me a couple of things, but I won't know until I maybe hear something. But I think I just don't know. I really just don't know. It's hard to speculate because it's not necessarily a roster thing because he had a guaranteed roster spot. Maybe they needed something out of him that he wasn't able to do. Maybe a weight target. I don't know. I'm speculating on that. Or maybe it could be to make room to bring someone in. I don't know what it is, but it definitely was a shocker to me though. And I'm rarely shocked or caught off guard. I won't say shocked. I was caught off guard.
Well, I look at it like maybe because Tokyo Toe will be an international player. They can put him in that. They can put him in that because from what I heard and reading, that he's killing it in camp. But I don't think they're going to make him their kicker yet. But maybe they're going to we'll save you because Mac, that gay guy. Anyway, I ain't gonna talk too much about him. He's inconsistent. So maybe they want to keep Tokyo Toe on there for a backup in national program. They can put him on that. My speculation, I'm not sure how that works exactly, but maybe Lucky Talk, they got enough D tackles. They got a lot of D tackles.
Yeah. So, I meant to say shout out to the baby Raider. I mean, like the Just Win baby. You know what I mean? He be rocking on the show. I was born a Raider. Like So it's beautiful to see that, man. I love that. I love that, man, for sure. I meant to say something about that a whole lot earlier. Shout out to the Just Win, baby.
And she ain't got no choice, you know. She
Yeah,
born,
she don't.
she born in this thing,
She has no choice
born in and sworn
because
in.
although I'm a Raider fan, her my wife's still
Oh,
proclaimed Monty is a 49er fan.
oh my, your wife is a 49er fan?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Opposites attract.
She's actually a nice lady.
Believe it. Believe it. A lot of Niner fans are nice people. They just delusional.
Yeah.
Well, if she probably watched right now, she probably gonna say something in a minute when I get in the house.
I'm not
Hey,
saying she's delusional. Sorry, man.
You say, hey, go ahead and eat dinner. Like, I don't know if I want to eat this.
Oh, right. She's gonna be like, "Who's that guy you had on your show?" he ruined it in the first 5 minutes.
Go ahead and eat, take a nap. No, I'm cool.
Right.
I knew. I knew.
Yeah, so yeah, she's cool, man. I think she was when I first met her, but she was a good lady.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
23 years, so
I love that.
it's
I
too,
love
it's too,
hearing that.
it's too late now. So I'm sorry to like, it's too late.
Right.
Yeah. So what was I talking about? So I'd say yeah, Vita too, like you said, that'd be a good veteran D tackle to show the other guys.
Mhm.
I'm all about these young guys, developing them, then get them ready. You know, I'm all about showing them the ropes. Give him a trade for him. Give him a change his contract. I think I forgot what you want. I mean, he's getting paid now, but they can restructure his contract.
Yeah.
Bring him in here. He wanted to play every down, but a situation down so you can get in there. Like I said, like you said, he can teach the young guys coming up. Like they said, talking Hemway and Big East and them guys.
Yeah.
So
So what do you think the percentages of him being the Raiders receiving, I mean, getting his services, you know, what percentage you think that's going to happen?
I
10%.
I'll say about 25%.
Wow.
Because he definitely want to come here or to a California team, as long as not those Chargers or whatever. But see, Tampa Bay still has their problems right now because Baker Mayfield won his money,
Yeah, he
and
should get it.
Tampa Bay's in cap hell.
Mm.
Yeah, so he's still going through problems with them. They can't afford both. So
Yeah, I think they're going to lose both.
the way it looks like,
Mhm. Cap casualty.
well, we can trim AOC.
Hey, so it's funny you said that because I was like, look, check this out, man. We can, because that would be my next question if so, but you guys don't think it's going to happen at a high percentage. I was going to say, if so, for what, at what cost? I'll be like, man, we'll give you a fourth and a sixth, or I'll give you a fourth with AOC and Adam Butler, and you can have it and run it, and y'all can rebuild all y'all want.
I wouldn't give it Adam Butler because he's pretty good pressure on quarterback. But I would definitely say, how about this? How about we give you a fourth? Because I said fourth too myself a while back. So I would give him a fourth. I'm not getting anything higher than a fourth. Give you a fourth with AOC. And we'll take him.
Yeah, but the reason why I say Adam Butler is because Adam Butler and Vez they're similar players, so Butler probably would be the odd man out. The way they play is similar, and it just wouldn't fit for them two to be together. It's not that I don't like Adam Butler. He's been here for a minute. Um, you know, his stats don't ring like that. But he does have, a lot of things happen that there aren't stats for. And I'm aware of those things. And it's not that I don't think he has value. I just think you guys going to get rid of a D tackle. You're going to need a D tackle. You guys going to lose Baker Mayfield because he had a self-imposed date that we were going to get a deal, and they didn't hit it, and so he's going to play out the year. And if he plays out the year, he's going to test the market. he's going to test the market because he's a free agent at that point, unless they really drop the bag somewhere in this year and they see his value. But as far as AOC, hey, look, in the event he doesn't, I mean, he goes, Baker goes, then you have AOC to kick the tires with. Even if you keep him, you can have AOC as your backup, and if Baker becomes an issue, then you have a quarterback already in there. Since you guys are going to be in a rebuild situation, that's the only reason why I said Adam Butler. Because if it's not Adam Butler, we could send them Pegues, or we can send them any D tackle. Because like you said, our D tackle room is full.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Marcus Banks, welcome to the show, bro. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I mean, I like AOC. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting AOC down, but if they want to rebuild or restructure their thing, Baker Mayfield is not going. I don't know, not going to want all that money. And like I said, they have no money. They're in cap hell. So if they want to get rid of both of those contracts, we're the place to get the dump off Vita. And then you have AOC. You can have. He's not the best quarterback, but he's better than a lot of other quarterbacks on second string teams. I don't know. They never gave him a chance. Will they give him a chance this year? Probably not, because he's right now working with the threes. So that's telling me that he's not even competing with the ones and twos. He's competing with the threes. So that's telling me his depth chart is going down. But we will see in preseason, after preseason training camp, where his depth going to be. If they see like, yeah, we know we can cut you, because this is last year of his contract. This is last year on his rookie contract. So what the Raiders used to do in the past, they let guys walk on a last year contract and get nothing out of it. It's like Derek Carr and all that stuff. Look, this last year contract, we don't think we're going to bring it back next year. Let's get something out of this now. You know, especially
that's the business thing to do. Sorry about that, my bad.
Okay. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's the business way to handle it, because you want to get a little bit of something, because a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. So of course you want to try to get some kind of value, because we even got value out of Geno Smith on the way out the door. That's Spy Tech doing his thing. Spy Hunter, he gonna do his thing. So if we can get something out of AOC, then I think if anybody gonna be able to do it, it's gonna be him. So let's get something and not lose him for nothing, because he already said he want to see if he could start somewhere in the league, and we know it ain't gonna be in Las Vegas. So you on audition now, bro, for 31 teams. So let's see what we can get for him. And it's just a casualty of business. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, he said that in a press conference that he wants to start for another team. So just be a fine opportunity to, like, you know, we appreciate your service, what service that we did give you for the prior regimes. But, you know, go ahead. You know, we'll let you go, we'll trade you, and let you go see what you can do on another team.
All right.
So I think that's a good business move to me personally. Because I don't Tampa Bay too much. I don't know what their backup is, but I don't think he's better than AOC.
Yeah, my only problem with AOC is his inability to stay healthy. Like I can't rely on a quarterback that can't stay on the field. Like I don't care what his measurables are. Like you can be dope as all outside, but if you only playing limited games, that's going to be an issue. I mean, it's just an issue, and his career trajectory is not trending. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. Now, do I see the skill set? Yes. I mean, I've talked about AOC so much. Well, not so much. I've talked about him, and the fans they're not feeling what I'm saying. I'm like, look, as a quarterback, I'm telling you, if you can't stay on the field 17 games projected, or 15 to 17 games, or 14 to 17 games, then I can't rely on you. I'm sorry. I can't even look at anything past that.
Hey, what's up, Willie Wayne? Thanks for coming in, brother.
Brother, what's up?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, the AOC thing, I thought he was put in a bad position from the beginning. You know, with that make doofus. He never got the opportunity. So I kind of feel sorry for him. I would like to see how much as I want a good quarterback like we have now, these two guys, I like to see OC do better somewhere else. Because, like I said, he got no fair chance. What's the bigger problem? Like you said, can't stay on the field. Oh, he's not a mobile quarterback. Hell, he wasn't a mobile quarterback in college. We saw that. He's a pocket passer. And like what me and Jason talked about a while back, that this day and age is all about mobile quarterbacks, not running quarterbacks. Mobile quarterbacks. One can move around the pocket. He has a concrete on his feet.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to see him in Minnesota.
That'd be interesting.
That would be, yeah, they got quarterback problems there too.
Yeah, imagine giving him, that'd be interesting. Actually, that would be interesting. You made a statement that kind of I don't want to say it triggers me, but I guess it does. But see, you're an OG in this. I'm an OG in this too, but you've been a Raider fan a little bit longer than I have. When you say he hasn't had a chance or a fair chance or the vernacular that you use, what does a fair chance look like? Maybe I should ask that way because that's what I'm curious because I hear that often and I don't agree with it and I know you're gonna give me some level of logic behind it. So maybe you can help me understand what does a fair chance look like?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start from the beginning when they drafted got him. And then they have Garoppolo and old man Hoyer. And they both were like sideline. That idiot put AOC in there without practice before the game. I mean, they didn't practice with the ones. They put him in there like a couple of days with the ones in the game against one of the best defenses in the league, the Chargers. Okay? That's not a fair shot. I mean, you going to put him in this game? I know they hurt, but you didn't get a chance. He didn't work out the ones, the twos, all through training camp. That's not fair for him.
His rookie season?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was not fair for him. Okay. Then fast forward to when they brought Minshew in, which I thought, like, why? I'm sure all those whites said, why did they bring him in?
Not me. Go ahead.
Well, I said why because our team's not built yet. We still got to work on a lot of things. And because Minshew had a good year of Colts already a built team. They had a good running back. They had a good offensive line. They had good receivers. They had a good defense. So, of course, we're going to win some games. We didn't have none of that. And then I watched some of the training camp and some of the practices. AOC was throwing the ball better than he was. But then when AP came out and said, and look at his body language when he said that. We're going to name Minshew as our starting quarterback. He wasn't excited about that. But when Minshew got hurt, AOC came out. I'm not AOC. AP came out like, yeah, our boy AOC going to start. He was all like pumped up. You can see his chest was up.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it wasn't AP's choice to start Minshew. That's another fair chance to give. I mean, fair is not fair. You got to win your job. You can't just like because your name on the back, you automatic start. But I'm saying though, he didn't get opportunity to me from what I've seen. I could be wrong, but he still got opportunity to perform.
How I seen, because basically how AOC ended the season, I thought he at least earned a chance to start the next season. And say if he had went 1 and something, they're like, okay, well, hey, we gave you a shot. That's a fair chance. But they gave Minshew the job because we were supposed to get off to a faster start. He was supposed to, the veteran, blah, blah, blah. And okay, if you guys remember AOC's first game against the Chargers, how did that go?
We could have won that game.
Yeah.
Instead of on the sideline, goal line, could have won that game. He brought him down to win the game, but
how did his next Charger game go?
Oh, it was horrific. Oh, that blowout,
63 to 20, whatever it was.
Well, he didn't score. AOC didn't score on the points. The defense scored a lot.
But he had a good game though. Like you know what I mean. Like he had Devontae, he had Jacoby, he had You know what I mean? But it's like how they're kind of being so careful with Mendoza. AOC was put in the same situation early. You know what I'm saying? As a rookie. You know what I mean? Due to injuries. You know what I mean? But he still was in that position, and like you said, he almost won the damn Charger game. Both, you know, pretty much. But he had something to kind of build on, and I feel like if they had gave him his fair chance of, you know, because then we would have knew. Then we wouldn't be doing this now. We would have been like, you know, either AOC would still be the QB now, or you know, we would have been like, damn, you know, I guess he wasn't that guy. But he never got that chance, and then when he did, he got injured, so it was always incomplete. But you know, like you got to do what you can with your opportunity, though. You know, if you get
There we
it,
go.
next man, you
There
know.
we go. There we go. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think that AOC is a starter?
Not for what we need him to be. You know,
No, I mean, in general, NFL starting quarterback. Do you think he's an NFL starting quarterback?
To say, here's the thing with that. I always say that depend on what system he's in. You know what I mean? Because you can play for anybody, but every team got their own. There are 32 different systems you can play in. It depends on what. Like Jason said, the Vikings, I think he'll be a starter. In their system, the way they run things. And even the Cardinals, the way they run things, I haven't seen them yet, but where they run things in the past, I think he'd be a starter there. He probably can be a starter for the Cowboys, but you know how that goes. Because our Cowboys got a great offensive line. So maybe those few teams, but not every team is built for AOC.
So he needs a special situation for him to thrive because of his limitations.
Yeah, even in Seattle, because Sam Darnold's not a running quarterback. He's not a mobile quarterback. He can move around just as much as AOC can. And that's just where he probably can't thrive. You know, certain situations where he can thrive in.
Okay, so I'm hearing pretty consistent the same things over and over, and I do respect those things. Jason said something that what it kind of really boils down to for me is you got to do you got to take control of the situation as it comes because it's rare that you get put in an ideal situation because especially being a number one quarterback overall, you're usually going to a team that's terrible, like all the way around. They're not just missing a quarterback like the Niners did when they got Brock Purdy. Uh, so you got to you got to take control of the situation as it comes. Now, when it comes to AOC not getting a chance, let's go with. So let me just start with what you said, and I'll go through this quickly. Sorry. His rookie season, okay, cool. You're a backup, whatever. You get thrown in. Usually, the backup get thrown in a situation that's unfavorable. So, what do you do with the situation? AOC goes 5-5. Yes, I mean you can't really ask more than that from a rookie to go 500. Okay, next season come through. Now, a new coach, he wants to. His legacy is going to be attached to the quarterback that he played with, and he wanted AOC, and the team wanted Gardner Minshew. Could understand why they wanted Gardner Minshew over AOC, but let's not even necessarily even parse through that. When Minshew did get injured and AOC was named the starter, that is the moment. That is the moment right there. You don't get 3 or 4 of those usually in the NFL, especially with the same team. And then you don't get to get put in every situation to best succeed unless you're like a first round quarterback or maybe even a second round quarterback. You're a fourth round quarterback. When you were drafted, you wasn't drafted to come in and take Derek Carr's spot. You was drafted as a backup. So when you come into the game, what do you do? He comes in the game, what does he do? Get hurt instantly, like instantly get hurt. He fight it, come back, whatever. He goes 2-5. Okay. you can kind of say, all right, well, the situation, it was the quarterback. When you got two quarterbacks, you got no quarterback. You can put it on that. You absolutely can. But that doesn't change the fact now that your record is what it is, you know. And so the next year comes in, you go to training camp because I mean, like he got to start, he got a chance to play, and what he did was he showed what it was. So then he goes into a camp the following year. AOC always gonna look good in camp because he's wearing a red jersey. They ain't hitting him. He gonna look good. He even looked good in the preseason games, but those aren't NFL games for real though. Like they're NFL games monetarily, but them ain't the same level of games.
No,
So you get a chance in camp, but you got to do good in camp to even get a chance. And so then in camp, he gets hurt again. So now you're hurt multiple times in this 2 year period of time. And so now you're out 10 weeks. And then you're out so much that they drag you to the end of the year. They bring in two other quarterbacks, Ritter. What was my other guy named?
Pickett.
Pickett. Yeah. They bring in a quarterback over AOC, right? And then he doesn't play all year until the end of the year, play 3 quarters, whatever, whatnot. So now your trajectory is you went from 5-5 to I think what was it, 2-5 or something like that. And then now you didn't play at all this year, basically. And so now, granted, let's just say he didn't get a fair shake. Even if I was to grant that. Now Kubiak comes in. You attach yourself to the quarterback that you come in with. He was the only quarterback on the roster. Now, Kubiak, if we trust Kubiak, he sees AOC on the roster. Now, if you want to have him be the bridge quarterback until Fernando starts, then he could have done that, but he didn't have confidence in him because if he did, he wouldn't have got someone like Kirk Cousins. Then
Exactly.
not only did they go get Kirk Cousins out of free agency, they drafted a quarterback. So now that pushes you further back in the playoff in the quarterback room. So you're never going to get a chance now to start week one. You're never going to get a chance to really be that starter that you feel like you could be. I have no problem with him feeling like that. If you're the 12th string quarterback, you're supposed to feel like you can start. So it's not about his mindset. It's about the reality of the position that you're in. So you're not going to get this fair position. The only way you're going to get that is if you go somewhere else and compete in camp with a struggling team that don't have a quarterback right now or identity at quarterback. So I think the best thing for him is for him to go somewhere else. Now, hey, look, I want to be the backup to Mendoza, and I think I'll be a very capable backup, and he wants to play that role, then I'm all for that. But if you want to be a starter, then you can't. So when I hear that he didn't get a chance, I'm like, he had 3 years of chances. He had literally 3 years to do 17 games, which is one season. So you sat down as a backup for a quarter of your career. You were a starter for a quarter of your career, and you were injured for a quarter of your career. I know everything I need to know about you, AOC, at this point. So this is not the situation that's going to probably work for you because, like you said, just like a quarterback will thrive in certain systems, sometimes team quarterbacks don't thrive in certain teams or franchises, a la Geno Smith. Because Geno Smith ain't as bad as everybody keep trying to make him, but I ain't saying he a world beater because I've always said he was a 50-50 quarterback. He'll throw you 2 touchdowns and interceptions this week, and next week he might throw you one touchdown and 2 interceptions. So he's a 50-50 quarterback. But
Well,
the team,
what I was saying
well,
was,
let me see that.
I was saying that I'm not saying AOC he had his chances. I just said the chances he predicament was put in wasn't fair. I don't think it was, but I said, yeah, sure, like you said, he got hurt and this and that. You know, he tried his best, but his chances wasn't fair to me. That you're gonna throw a guy that really doesn't play with the ones and twos in practice, plays with threes. You know, yeah. How you supposed to thrive in that? Because they even show like he's throwing with the threes. Why? These are pretty much practice squad guys and backup to the backup. That's what I say it wasn't fair. He wasn't throwing to the ones and twos. He was throwing to the threes. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a life of a backup. That's the life of a backup, though.
Yeah, I get that. I get what you're saying exactly. Backup, but still, then you're gonna have them throw the threes and throw them in a game.
Yeah,
Like all of a sudden, this will prove your ego, your point. Well, you're not ready. Well, point you proving here, dude. Come on, man.
it
So
could be a confidence thing though too. Also, when you put a quarterback or a player with the threes, you want him to be what you're ideally thinking that he's going to go out there and succeed to a certain degree to build his confidence, and then you put him with maybe the twos or maybe straight to the ones from the threes. Um, but it could have been an ego thing because I don't know. But I can see it both ways, and I could agree it's not fair, but I don't think fair is a metric when it comes to it. I mean, respectfully, I'm just saying I don't think fairness it's not fair that you got a different coordinator every year either. That's not fair at all. Not to the
exactly.
franchise, not to the fans, definitely not to the quarterback. So, but that's just the reality of the league. So, like AOC said, the only people care about that is his mom and his wife.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. You got what 5, 6 coordinators since he been here. You can't
Man,
build. You can't build reputation with that.
can't at
Every year is
all.
a different. Every year is a different playbook. Like I got to learn this one too. Which one thing's good for him? At least he know a lot of playbooks. If he goes somewhere else, like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm used to this.
No, he's hella smart. I'll never take that away from him because you could tell he's very smart and he knows what his abilities are and his limitations are, and he plays to those well. It's just the fact that you get injured. You get injured by getting pushed in the back. You didn't even get hit. You got pushed, and then you got airlifted. Well, not literally, but we thought the man was on his way to Kaiser the way he was looking, and I was like, bro, I mean. But then he fought back and he came back as a true professional. I think he could be a starter somewhere.
I
Uh,
think so too. I think, like I said, maybe on a bad team that's a desperate need of a quarterback because you got AOC been in the league almost 4 years. So you think
yeah,
about it. You can go to a team that's suffering for a quarterback. You can go there and try to beat up the quarterback they got now, either rookie or somebody's really like washed up. He probably could beat them out. There are a few
yeah,
teams that can use them. Like I said, who do Miami Tampa Bay has? I'm not looking who their backup is, but I say I will trade him for Vita in a heartbeat.
yeah.
I like to
I
keep
think that'll be good.
I like to keep a second quarterback there that's experienced because they have Mendoza and Jacob Clark. But I think Mendoza now, the way he's progressing, could come in there if something happened to Cousins. So I'll trust that more than anything else. No one see what they back up this. So we'll see time as time goes as they put the pads on. That's when we know what they're going to do.
I think I kind of know what they're gonna do already, though. I think I do, and it's been playing like that ever since of April 3rd. April 3rd, I said, Kirk, there is no quarterback battle. I don't care what Kubiak is telling y'all. That's coach speak. He's coach speaking to us right now.
Yeah.
But he's pretty straightforward. I would say 90% of the things he says is pretty straightforward. But I mean, it's still politics involved with this, so you can't like really be 100% honest about things, but you can try to have some integrity about how you go about it. I don't think this is a quarterback battle at all. I think AOC will be the number 2 quarterback because if they're really sticking to what they're saying, Mendoza's going to sit as long as possible until he can hit the ground running. Then, if something was to happen to Kirk Cousins, knock on wood if you with me, that then they go put in AOC because then it's easier to take AOC back out and put Kirk Cousins back in if he's having like a regular injury like Smith did. Like Smith was gone a couple games and then they brought him back. So it's easier to do that. But if you put Mendoza in at that point, then that's what's going to cause this dissension that, okay, well, we might as well just leave him in now. And I don't think they want to put themselves in that situation. So I can see AOC staying with the team up until about the trade deadline. And then after that, then depending on where Mendoza is, because if Mendoza is by week 4, week 5, really like itching, then we're gonna ride Kirk Cousins till the wheels fall off, and then if they fall off, then you know what I'm saying, brother, we appreciate what you did. You knew the job was dirty when you took it, but we did tell you what the parameters were, unlike Atlanta, and so you made the choice to come here, and so now you got injured. I'm sorry. We're gonna go ahead and the future is now.
So I'm looking at the list of Tampa-based quarterbacks. They have Connor Basalic,
Yeah, see.
Jake Browning,
Yeah.
Jalen Downs, who they just drafted, and then Baker Mayfield. So they
Yeah,
got
ALC will go in there and handle business.
yeah. If they can get things straight with Baker Mayfield, then their starting quarterback, I don't know, probably be Jake Browning. And I've seen him play like, yeah, I think ALC is better than him.
Yeah, I agree.
He's more accurate than him, better arm. Then who's next? Your rookie, Jalen Daniels, who they just drafted, or Connor whatever his name is, Basilek. He's been 2 years from Bowling Green. So AOC will go in there more experienced than the other guys, and I think he's better than Jake Browning.
I agree.
If they don't work anything Baker Mayfield. Right now, it looks like it's still chaotic because of their salary cap issue. So he can go there and compete and probably beat them out. Probably.
Yeah.
So,
I would agree.
So I don't know. Like I said, like AOC, I always did like him, but business is business.
Yeah, business is business. I mean, it is.
So, people will get mad like, well, when their AOC do for us, not too much anything. I mean, he was a solid quarterback. We all liked him because we hated Gardner Minshew, Qatar Garoppolo, and Old Man Hoyer. But then after that, Geno Smith. But like you said, it wasn't a bad quarterback. I thought he would do something, but Chip Kelly didn't like him. So,
Because Chip Kelly thought he was going to run him up out of there and run Pete Carroll up out of there too. And then he was going to become the incumbent coach, and he was going to be able to get his quarterback that he wanted. Because I promise you, if
you know what, I thought the same thing. I thought he had alternative ulterior motives, that he's trying to make teams look so bad that they'll fire Pete Carroll and he become the head coach. That's what I thought about that. That's probably what he was trying to do.
And I promise you, if he had Mendoza as quarterback, you would have seen the side of Chip Kelly that y'all would have loved, because that boy would have been calling plays out the yin yang. I'm talking about appropriate plays. I ain't talking about we're gonna start the game and play action without running the ball one time. Like we literally. Well, I literally could tell when we were gonna play action. How we play action and we ain't even running the ball. You told everybody we was gonna be a running team, but you play action it all day long, and then you run. You're throwing the ball to set up the run. You're not running the ball to set up the pass. And he was thinking he was the smartest guy in the room. They thinking we're going to run, so we're going to play action on first down. Okay, cool. It didn't work. So not only do you do it in the first half, what do you do in the second half?
Same thing.
Play action. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
It seemed like you only had 3 plays to play in the whole game. That's all you did. Same thing. It was predictable. Like, because you can sit there and watch. I can sit there, okay, it's first down. They can do that play. And I can predict the next play when they can get the ball back. They can do the same thing they did in the last thing when they got the ball. They had the ball. When they get the ball back, play action.
What gets me?
Go ahead,
my bad. When they do the fake end around, but they just hand it off to the running back instead of giving it to the damn wide receiver. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. We gotta mix it up. Like, nobody's fooled. You gotta actually hand it off to people for people to get fooled.
Right back.
And if you know that, and he know that, and I know that, let's believe them people that they paying hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, day in and day out to watch that iPad to figure out what it is that our tendency is. They knew that. That's why every time this boy Geno dropped back, the defense was literally jumping the routes. Literally, because we only had one primary receiver out there. The rest of them was smoke and mirrors. We rarely ran our running backs out to dump it off. And when we did do that, that was the design play. We dumped it off like as a design. Like we were fooling no one. And I don't think we got the best of Chip Kelly. I don't even think we got the half of the best of Chip Kelly. He was sabotaging the team. And it came out later that he was out there calling plays that they had no walkthrough, talking about not fair. That's not fair to a quarterback to go out there and call plays you never walked through, setting up alignments that wasn't even discussed. But then, really, you're doing that in spite because Pete Carroll really on the tuck sent his son over there to be the O-line coach, so he can have somebody in the room to undermine him. And so they already had a confliction of a meeting of the minds. They never had a meeting of the minds because the owner hired this person and then the GM hired this person. So we already was tripping from the beginning. So it just was one big headache, and it just showed itself on the field because I know for sure that we weren't a 3-win team last year. I know for sure we weren't. I know we weren't.
Yeah, I mean, because we could say the injuries. We could say the Colt Miller.
You said 3 and 10. She said 5.
Yeah, we might have been that. We might have been that though.
Like with the injuries to JPJ and Colt Miller. That said, and then we didn't have a solid. We didn't use Mostert to feel like until like games into the season. You know what I'm saying? So we never set up, anything good. But like we could just go all the way around because it's that Geno throwing interceptions. It's like just everything, like injuries, like we lost our line. And it just, was everything. Coaching from, it was all around. We could pass this thing all the way around.
Well, yeah, like we had backups, but they were young backups, and I was saying like, okay, well, we won 2 games, or I think at the point we won 1 game, and we're not doing well on offensive line, not doing anything offensive line. They put the rookies in. What Pete Carroll said, they're not ready. Well, neither one's playing now is not ready. You see, they can't block, so you might as well put the young guys, let them develop, let them learn something. But no, he didn't do it. So Chip Kelly was sabotaging the team, but Pete Carroll helped too.
Oh yeah. He's not without approach because he's the head man at the end of the day. So it's how you choose to handle it. And you didn't handle it very well, and it also showed with you having an issue with Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham called 6 quarters all year long.
Yeah,
like come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I didn't know till the end of the season that Patrick Graham wasn't calling the defensive plays.
Right.
I didn't know that because Patrick Graham defense usually is not cover 3 95% of the time. Right. That's how Pete Carroll's like, we're going to run cover 3. Well, shit, if I'm a quarterback in the league and I see you run cover 3, okay, you might give me this one time, but run it again, see what happens. All right, that's what happens. That's going to happen. We're going to throw a touchdown. We're going to run the ball down your throats. And, that's it. So, with Rob Leonard coming in, Kubiak is saying, this is your defense, you run it.
Yeah, I like
saying,
that.
We hired you. This is your defense. You run it. If I see something we need to do, I'm gonna tell you then change it. But we're not gonna call your defensive plays. Like Pete Carroll was doing. We know he's a defensive coach, but still, you got DC there for a reason. Let him run the plays. So that was a nightmare last year, but the nightmare actually helped us out this year because we did have a lot of money in the salary cap. We did get some good draft picks. That's thanks to Spytex Magic. We got some good picks. We put out good picks last year, but Pete Carroll didn't want to play the guys. They want to play Jack Best. They didn't want to do anything. They played a new alignment that he drafted. None of those guys. So it kind of worked out. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes if you want something new, you got to tear the old one down.
Yeah.
So last year was a teardown. Flea, and other characters. So we can thank Chip Kelly for that and Pete Carroll. Hey, thank you.
Thank you,
Now
Gino.
we can start anew now. It's gonna take time. Because I heard some people saying, "You think you made the playoffs this year?" I'm not worried about making playoffs. My first thing I want to see is this. I want to see these young guys they drafted or picked up in free agency or whatever they did. I want to see them develop. Okay? I want to see a team on the field that looks like a real NFL team. I want to see us get in the 20 and the red zone and actually get a touchdown. You know? So there's a lot of things I want to see. If we go 5-12, if the team look better than they did last year, I'm good. Now we're building something else. Because remember now, Kubiak has 4 or 5 year 5-year contract. Yeah, 5-year contract. So he has time. And then another question I'm gonna say this. If Kubiak struggles next year, we win 2-3 games. You think they'll fire him?
They won't. It's just the fan base would just go back to crying all day, and all night. It almost be insufferable, but no, they won't. Because the Raider brass understands that we have to turn this thing around. Like, so it's going to take some time. But I just don't see in any universe where we only win 3 games next year. Not with Clint Kubiak, because if that happened, I could see him literally getting rid of all the people. Like, y'all wasn't my guys anyway, so let me draft my people now. So last year draft pick, which would be this year draft pick, I'm rocking with them. The rest of y'all, Best, y'all gotta go. Thornton, you gotta go. Palma, you gotta go. Chin, you might be able to stay depending on how you play. All these people that he didn't pick, if all that culminates to the same kind of team win total, oh yeah, he's gonna blow that thing halfway up. Not all the way, but because what the consistent thing he's been saying is our jobs are on the line. He never said y'all jobs on the line. He's like our jobs is on the line. This is a prove it league. So that's why I know he's in the mindset of winning some games now, but he's also building for the future because we drafted that way and we also made moves that way. So we're trying to win some games now, and I don't think 5 games is something that's going to sit right with him. So playoffs, I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs. I would lean to probably not, but with that being said, though, being a player, I understand if you're going to do it, you have to believe it. You have to believe that. You have to believe that and go out there and play like that. And this head office is putting every player in position to do just that, is win games. And if they can't do it, there goes the circular door because we're trying to win games. That's what we're about, winning games.
Well, yeah. Like I said, when Spytek came in, Pete Carroll was the head coach. The upper brass hired him. Spytek didn't hire Pete Carroll. And Pete Carroll was actually the 3rd option on the list of quarterbacks that we wanted. So he was like pretty much the bottom of the barrel. Well, no one wanted to come here, so all right, Pete Carroll, you can come. Spytek didn't hire him. Spytek did hire Kubiak. That's his guy. So to say that I was hypothetically say we only win 3 games next year. Well, I think we'll win more than that, but hypothetically, you know. Kubiak, Spytek gonna say Kubiak get fired. No. You're my guy. This year wasn't a good year like we wanted. We want to win more games. We want to do this better. What do you need next year? What do you see we need on offense and defense? Robbie, what we need? What were we lacking? What was our biggest problem last year? And they saw the biggest problem. And the biggest problem was linebackers and DBs. And what did they go out and do? Huh? They got Quay Walker, Jacoby Dean. They re-signed Stokes. They drafted DBs.
Yes.
Hey, there's your baby.
Oh, I came to see. I saw her in the house.
And you know, and that boy from that school up north at Cal Berkeley. There's a guy. Here's a 49er fan, guys. Can you see?
Hi. Baby girl.
So what's up with Auntie?
Oh my gosh, she's gotten big.
Oh yeah, all muscle,
Oh, I can't wait to see her.
all muscle.
Oh,
Good to see
Mama.
you. Say hey. Say hi.
Hi, Mama.
You say hi.
I don't think she can see.
Oh.
I don't think she can see. So,
One
there you go. There you go.
There we go. Say hi.
Mama. Hi, Mama.
Say hi.
Mama.
Say hi.
I guess it's turned into the Mama and Mara
Hi,
show.
Mama.
Uh,
Sorry, guys. Okay.
It's a family show.
That's a 49er fan. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, hey, we're not all perfect, you know.
Come on, boy.
yeah, well, it's cool.
You don't want to go out.
Anyway, I was talking about. Oh man, there's a guy that I heard he was balling out spring in thing, but it's all this news is that all right. Just wait till the pads come on first. This like overhyped guys. It's not overhyped. Well, we look good in OTAs, and I say, well, OTAs, basically like t-shirts and shorts. Let's put the pads on.
it sounds like you're not very high on masses.
I am high on masses. I just messed with him because he came from Cal Berkeley. I'm a
Okay.
US.
He's a AC fan, so you know.
Oh,
We
no.
had a rivalry. No, shoot. I think I'm surprised he was still there when they picked him. Like, what? Well, I'm high on him.
Chris embraces Mendoza's Indiana side. You know, he doesn't really.
Oh,
believe
that's
in
what that is?
California
Because
side.
that's what I was about to ask you. What do you think about him starting week one? Do you think that he has a chance starting week one? And if so, what do you think our record would be if he started week one?
Frank Weber said it best. I like the comment he had right there.
Start week one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that because we're playing against a team that's pretty much the same position we're in. They have a new head coach. They have a new quarterback. So if you're going to put them in there, might as well put it against a team that's, starting new too, like we are. Against like another team like Kansas City and Texans and all that stuff, maybe not. But yeah, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind that at all. I would put them in there if they feel he's ready. If they feel he's ready.
Well, he said he's not ready.
That's the thing, see. He says stick
And I appreciate that honesty out of him too. I love that. But that's only because I think the quarterbacks already know what the deal is. That's why I'm 68.2% or more confident that he ain't gonna start week one because they have a plan and they're gonna execute the plan. Now, if we didn't have nobody back there that was competent, then we could probably throw him out there. We probably can get away with it a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying. I would think we would win about 3 to 5 games, and 5 would be kind of like if he was to go out there and win 5 games his rookie season. It's not necessarily a total indicator, but it does tell me that at least you can win games in the NFL, in the National Football League. You can win some games. Similar to AOC, like although he's regressing, I've seen you go 5-5, so I know you can do it. The question is, are you going to be able to keep yourself alive long enough to win games? And that's always going to be my concern when it comes to the quarterback position, your ability to keep yourself alive.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but even Mendoza, like I said, we put him out there, right, and we shake his confidence. Then the way this fragile fan base is, they're gonna be like, "See, I knew he was a bust," because I know there's a faction of fans out there they want him to start week one so he can fail, so they can say, "I told y'all we should have drafted back."
Yeah, exactly. I've seen that too. I'm like, well, we've been crying for years to get a quarterback. So the last quarterback we drafted was AOC. That was the 4th round. So you can't call him a bust because the 4th round pick. Nothing came
Well,
out.
I mean Mendoza. They'll call Mendoza a bust if they put him out there and he get hurt or his confidence gets shook and the league catches up with him year one. They would say that they would say no. They would say that Mendoza is a bust because they don't think that in any other year that he wouldn't even have been a number 1 pick.
Well, they still got that PSD from Jamarcus Russell. Well, he's number 1 pick. Yeah, well, that was back then.
Right.
Mendoza didn't come in the league weighing 450 pounds. So,
Yeah, that don't help.
The one thing different from AOC and Mendoza coming in is AOC had weapons. He had, Devontae, he had Jacoby, he had all these, you know what I mean? But Mendoza's situation, they're still trying to figure out who's the 1, the 2, you know what I mean? So I think AOC kind of got put in a better team at that time, because that was pretty much. Remember, we went to the playoffs the year before that, you know what I mean? And instead of keeping Bisaccia, we went the Mendoza. I mean the McDaniels way. And that's
I knew that wasn't going to end good too. I knew that wasn't going to end good too.
Hey, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, because right there you just basically said everything that we had worked to kind of build, and we finally found a chemistry that worked, a culture that worked, and then let's bring in a Patriot. You know what I mean? Let's bring in a hated ex-Bronco Patriot, and that's the answer.
Yeah. But going back to what you were saying, starting week 1, my philosophy, they fine, but it's one thing they do have to work on. It's the offensive line. I know we got Lindenball, Colton Miller's healthy. They said and figure out the other 3 parts: the right, left, and guards and the right tackle. My thing is this: I wouldn't put Mendoza in the game yet until the offensive line gel together, because they had to gel together first. Because last year we kept switching things up every week. We're switching lineups, and they could get no continuity. So until we get an established offensive line, where we know we can block, run block, pass block, everything else, I won't put them in there.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't need the guys rushing in. Whereas have to because I watched games last year. Look, at half the offensive line was just standing around like, who I block? Dude, block him. The guy's coming he's running right past you. I think it was Parham. That one game, it was Parham. He was just standing there, nobody.
She's thinking Parham.
It was Parham. He was like standing, who I'm blocking?
Oh.
Did you get the call to where to go? You're like lost. So so we need that continuity and everything else. Until that happens, it can happen in the first 3 weeks, or it can happen in the first 6 weeks. Because Pete Carroll even said last year, you might think it's 9 games to get our offensive line right. 9 games? Why you taking so long to get 9? Why 9 games? Like, man, get the hell out of here.
Because it really take about 2 seasons, really. But Kubiak, he throws that logic on his head, because everywhere he went, he made that O-line upgrade that year.
That was more Dennison did that.
Yeah.
That's why he's here. Hey,
Yeah,
what's up,
that's
Red
why he's here. What's up with my brother?
Twine, gotta get you on the show again soon. We're back pillaging on Sunday morning, so there it is.
Uncle Twine.
Got some guys, people popping in. What's up?
Oh yeah. Raider fans don't get up to you.
He said not till noon.
Man.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll tell you what. I will put Mendoza in there if the game is gotten away from Miami. Like, we're winning 24-3 in the third quarter or fourth quarter. I wouldn't let them sling around a little bit. Let them get used to actually real live action. If we're winning the game so bad that they can't do anything, yeah, I'll throw them in there. I would say, Mel, come on, Cousins. Let Mendoza rock around for a little, see what happens. That's what I would do. That's what it can do. But still, you don't want to get out there Because soon the defense see fresh meat, they gonna go crazy. Oh, rookie, fresh meat. Let's go after him. But I wouldn't put him into the offensive line. Is completely solid.
What if injuries happen game one?
Well, they have no choice
Well, AOC gonna play.
if he's still there.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think he's going to stay for that very reason. Because if Kirk Cousins go out there and God forbid something was to happen to him, they don't want to throw Mendoza out there out of necessity.
But what's the worst case though? Because I mean, say if that happens, right? Kirk goes down. Say Fernando bombs. Basically, you get a high pick. So at the end of the day, you can fix whatever was wrong. You know what I mean with this season. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, it's kind of because this year's a freebie anyway. You know what I mean? Like this one really is because it's Kubiak's first year. It's his first year to see what he's got. So technically, the year to gamble would be this year because I feel like next season we'll be more serious about the playoff push because you know what I'm saying? Like we've been around together. Lindenbaum will have a second year. You know, second year stronger on the roster because everybody, like you said, is new. So why not all gel together? You know what I'm saying? Why not now? You know what I'm saying? Like Kirk's only going to be here 1 year. You know what I mean? Like next year I doubt he'll be here next year. So that's what I'm saying. Why waste on him when he's not even going to be here? Let's get our guys that's going to be here for the next, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if he's really not ready, I get it. You know what I mean? But I feel like sitting him a whole year, that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's just nuts. Because, I mean, what are we really going to do this year? Because I understand if we were like, say, we had all the weapons, all this stuff, and we were just one player away, and that was Kirk Cousins from a playoff push, but we're not that. That's not us. You know what I'm saying? We're not there. Like, we were, like I said, the last year, we were the worst team in the league. We got work to do. You know what I mean? So why not let them work together? You know, at least at the worst case, split with the ones. Because Kirk's been in the league for years. He don't need all the reps. You know what I mean? He really don't. But Fernando needs these reps.
Yeah, I think we should just sit the boy. I think we only put him in an extreme situation because I've seen it too many times, especially with the Raiders. If that first quarterback if that second string quarterback come in, we playing all three quarterbacks on our roster. Whenever that backup come in, we playing all three quarterbacks on the roster, and we might bring one in. So I'm just saying, I don't want to do that to Mendoza. I don't. I mean, I think the O-line gonna be fine because between Colton Miller, Lindenbaum, JPJ, and Glaze, it's enough experience there that they can make a jump. So that the line wasn't that far off last year. They just was being mismanaged. And,
Oh,
and, and so,
the line
it,
before Carroll got the line was actually pretty decent. It wasn't bad at all. It's just that when people brought his son in, and changed everything up. That's when it got bad.
And then when Miller and JPJ went, you know what I mean? Then they were
it was bad. It was bad while they were in there,
yeah.
Jason. So I mean, that made it worse.
Yeah, I mean, that made it worse.
It was bad then.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I think it's talent too. We keep blaming that dude for Brendan Carroll. Yeah, it was a little bit of him, but I mean, it's talent too. We don't have a star offensive line. Like we plugged in players and expect these guys to be number one picks, but these are not. These are UDFAs and you know what I mean, late picks. Like, you know, so we need to just keep getting talent. That's why I like when they got Burford from the Niners. Because at least, you know, they're pretty good. One thing they do build is a good line. You know what I mean? For what they got with McCaffrey and all that, they know how to build a good offensive line. So just to get a piece of, you know, someone's professional line would be nice. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. We look at everybody. We have JPJ and Colton Miller are really our top linemen, you know, plus Lindenbaum this year. But you know what I'm saying? But everybody else is like Meredith. You got people that we plug and play. But it's like they're not stars. They're not high draft picks. These aren't top one, first round linemen, second round linemen. These are UDFAs. You know, so we need to get, you know, start. But that's the thing. When the draft comes around, we can never get line because we need everything else. We need the quarterback. We need the DT. We need the corner. You know what I mean? But we can never get I'm hoping this next draft we could draft a star tackle.
I think we got the Dolphin fan here. He said, "Yo, y'all gotta change that thumbnail, bro. Y'all question mark just as much as my squad." I guess you're a
No, it
Dolphin fan.
ain't. No, it ain't. Y'all don't even
Yeah.
know what y'all got going on over there. Y'all got rid of all y'all players and everything. Y'all got rid of everybody. Y'all don't have nothing going on,
Yeah, y'all
respectfully.
start from rock bottom, so
Yeah, y'all
at
under the
least
rock.
at least
Matter of fact,
we have a little foundation. So, but yeah, but that's funny.
at least we know what direction we going in. Y'all treading water and y'all Dolphins. But the thing about it is that thumbnail fire. I don't care what nobody say. That thumbnail was fire.
Jason made that. That thumbnail was
Appreciate
fucking
it.
awesome. That was nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate your
Yeah, for
content.
sure. For sure.
but like I said, I get it, like why he's starting because he is the vet. You know what I mean? But I just don't see what's the motivation this year to push when our team isn't there. You know what I'm saying? We don't have you know what I mean? I'd understand if he was, we're gonna let Kirk give a push for the playoffs, you know what I mean? But we're not there. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's talking playoffs. Why playoffs? No, I'm not even talking playoffs.
Well, but that's what I mean.
This is a test bed. This is like you said, this is a Quebec first year as a head coach. You got a rookie quarterback. You got new players coming in. You got a lot of rookies and some free agents coming in. To me, this is a test bed to see, okay, next year we should be a lot better. Because this year we're like, okay, we got some foundation people. We got some foundational pieces. We got some linebackers. We got a couple of DBs. We got some offensive linemen. We got running backs, 2 of them, maybe 3. This is a test bed to see, okay, what do we need next year? Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. What was the lack of things this year? Because they already saw like I said earlier, they already saw what the lack was last year. It was offensive lines, or D-backs, or linebackers, everything else. So they saw that. So they brought these guys in. They should be the same thing. What we missing? Because I'm tired of people talking, we need number 1 receiver. No, we don't. We don't need Diggs and all them guys. Because we don't know what we have now in the building. Because they play an offense, like you said, Chip Kelly sabotaged the crap and all that. So we don't know what we have there. Malik Benson is showing up. He's looking pretty good. We don't know what Thornton can do. We don't know what Tucker can do. We don't know what Besh can do because they never got opportunity to play in the system that makes them look better. We got Brock Bowers. Okay, he's a tight end.
Right.
But then again, defense is going to scheme against Brock Bowers every game. They're going to watch him. They're going to send their best player after him. They're going to send 2 players after him. So we need other guys to step up. But what we do last year? None of that. No offensive line. Hey, what's up, D-Mans? So, I don't see us signing a diva wide receiver. We don't need that. We have that. We don't need it no more. We had the ABs and all that stuff. We don't need that.
If our team was already running, then we can put a diva wide receiver in because receivers become divas when they're either outperforming the team because they're balling, but the team ain't. And that's usually when they become divas a lot of the times. But my question for you guys is this though: if Kirk Cousins come in and win us 8 games, do we bring him back next year? And before you answer, keep this in mind as far as the contract. Essentially, the contract was a 1-year deal. I know what it said on paper, but what they'll do is the team has a team option. We'll deny that. We'll sit down with him and we'll restructure a contract where he'll either get an extension, so he'll get guaranteed money, and then whatever. Or we'll just throw out the whole contract, offer him a new one, and then he could either accept it or deny it. Now, with that being said, if we win 8 games next year, do you get rid of Kirk Cousins?
If Kirk Cousins balling out where we can win 8 games, they can go ahead and restructure his contract because he's set to get paid $60 million next year. Right now, don't even pay him 10. So his contract say that he'll get $60 million. They can restructure that. if they want to keep him. And they can say, we're going to stretch your contract. You did good for us last year, but we're going to stretch your contract. You can stay if you want to stay, or you go somewhere else. Because I don't think another team going to pay Kirk Cousins because he would be 38. I'm paying $60 million.
Chris, do you know who his agent is?
Right.
Do you know who you talking about?
I know Moneybanks.
Right.
I know his agent is Mr. Moneybanks.
If anybody could get it done, it's Kirk Cousins, man.
That's why I call Kirk Cousins the bank thief Cousins, because he robbed you. But I would say it all depends on how they restructure.
Let's assume that they restructure it nice and they agree. Let's say they can come to an agreement with the contract. Do you think if the Raiders win 8 games with Kirk Cousins, do they bring him back?
Yeah. If they can restructure it, it was a good deal for the Raiders where they're not going bankrupt. Yeah. But then again, then you got Mendoza there. So what's going to happen is this. Kirk Cousins got to really, you're talking about competition, now you really got to compete. So I think Mendoza had a year behind his belt. He can see, maybe get some games. You can see. So, yeah, I would bring him back because you know what? It's always good to have competition for position. Just because you're that quarterback with the name on your back don't mean you automatically starts. I used to hate that about his Bears. We're bringing him in, you automatically start. Well, who's he competing against? Like, Carr never had competition. Who competed against Carr? I think only one player, what was his name? Mariota competed with Carr. Anything else, Carr was here, was no quarterback competition. He was an automatic starter.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I want somebody to push him in the back. Like, yeah, if you don't play well, we put him in because he's doing better in practice and everything else than you are. So if you want your job, you better fight for it. So if you bring him back, that'd be good for Mendoza. You're like, you know what? You want to start this year? You think you're ready? Remember, Kirk Cousins sitting right behind you. He'll pick your spot. You better do good. You better compete. Anyway, just a PSA, guys. Hey, if they start joining us, make sure you hit the like buttons, subscribe to all 3 of our channels. And today only and forever, subscriptions are free. You can subscribe for free. So yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. Anyway, so.
Yeah, guys, I apologize. I thought the baby was gonna go to sleep at some point, but she was rocking.
You know she likes the cameraman. You know she cannot have a camera.
Hey, look. To go Raiders! I heard it.
You did too, huh?
Like, oh, I'm teaching her to pump up the crap. Come on, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to the season. I'm looking forward to the young guys getting in there because I know Kubiak and they're gonna play these young guys. I don't see them sitting on the bench. Somebody not ready yet. But I think this season is a lot different. I'm not expecting much. I'm not even gonna do a record. What's your record prediction?
That PTSD, that post-traumatic Super Bowl deficiency.
I don't know.
Everybody's scared to jump out the window because they've been jumping out the window for the wrong regimes. I didn't jump out the window for McDummy.
Oh,
I definitely didn't jump out the window for that.
No, I closed my window, man. Ran back and said, "Dude, what?"
With the Pete Carroll hire, I at least went to the window because, barring that, we were trying to go ahead and go get Ben Johnson. We didn't get him because we were in a position where, as people do to the Raiders all the time, use us as leverage against a team that they really want to be with. So he was at least a competent hire. Now, where it got mixed up was when he said, we're going to win a bunch of games. And then, so really that year was supposed to be a let's see what we got year because we were rebuilding. But then he said, because I went 10 games every year in my career or whatever he said. And then people transposed that to mean we were going to win 10 games. And I don't think that's what he was saying. But then the expectation became that. And so now people are so they're so cautious about having an expectation for this team. And I'm like, wait a minute. All these regimes y'all jumped out the window for, not y'all, you per se, but I'm just saying the nation, that's way less, even on paper, way less than what we have right now. If you were going to jump out the window on anything, this is the time to jump out the window right here. And I ain't saying that you go to the top floor and jump out. I'm just saying, like, wherever you are in your life, whatever floor you're on, I'm pretty sure that you can jump out the window here if you're gonna jump out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm confident that we'll win like 7 games. I'll say really 6 to be fair, but I my number, and I'm gonna stay consistent with that, is I'm gonna say 7. I think we can pull out 7 games.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so. You know what I mean? 'Cause, I mean, I don't like that our team is where it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, and I guess it is a little bit of, you know, I was hoping that Pete could have did something different, brought some winning ways, and it didn't. You know, so I guess I am a little reserved to be like, you know what I'm saying, the usual Super Bowl. But, you know, I know it's coming. It's not like I don't see that we're getting close. Like, we are close. It's just this year, I feel like Kubiak still has to see who he's got on his roster. Like,
Exactly.
and, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
until that's done, like, we don't know what our future, because the people that we believe in this year could not even be here next year. You know what I'm saying? Could not even be in this plan. So,
You know, they took him about, well, look at Ben Johnson. His first year, you know, he did all that. Yeah, but you got to remember, their team was already built. They already had their quarterback in place. All they need was a couple of pieces like offensive line. They wouldn't spend money and got the offensive line. They need a couple of weapons on defense. They went and did that. They don't need a few pieces. We need a lot of pieces.
Yeah, we almost beat them too. So, you know,
yeah, sure did.
Far away,
a couple of bad calls and some stupid plays. Other than that, yeah. But I'm saying though, what he did, yeah, was amazing. We don't have what they had when Ben Johnson got there. Plus, I always had a theory that Ben Johnson went to Chicago Bears because he was a OC in Detroit, and he see how they play. So it's easy for him to run teams against their defense.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, well, why would you go to the same conference that you played against for a couple of years and you know how they run their systems? Well, it's easier. Yeah.
Well, he think he got the biggest nads. He like, oh yeah, you know what? Not only do I want to play in this conference, I want to play against my ex team and show y'all it was me, not him.
Exactly. Yeah, like I say, you know what type of defense Detroit was, and the Bears and Minnesota. I can fix that. So easier for him. First year coach. Why go in there and then stink it out and mess up your resume when this don't work out in Chicago? My resume look good. Well, I won some games in the playoffs. Next thing gonna hire me, gonna pay me $100 million. You gotta keep your resume clean. So I don't blame him, because the Bears coming here was a clusterfuck. Excuse my language, because we had no direction. We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
So why would I go there? We saw we did McDaniels. He was there too long. He was there one game too long.
One game.
and with somebody, what people don't talk about too is our defensive coordinator. This being his first year as a DC, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's there's a lot of just question marks. Like the wide receiver situation, the DB situation was still working out. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of things.
Robert Lake could have been a decent coordinator a couple years ago because the way he ran his defensive line. He could be a decent coordinator. And I think that he's a good motivator. The defensive line loves him. Max Crosby, the rest of the guys love him. And when you have love for your defense, you're going to get the best out of him.
Yeah.
So they all loved him. So when he told Spytek and them, like, well, okay, in the interview, they had the interview. They didn't immediately hire him. They know you got an interview for this job. Tell me what you think, what you want to do. They like his plan. They like the way he approached himself. The players love him. And so that's why they hired him. He said, I want to run 3-4. We're going to be aggressive.
Yeah. Yes.
We're not going to sit back and wait to see what they're going to do. We're going to dictate what they do.
Let the dogs eat.
Like the old Bears. We want to wait back in a cover 3, wait for them to see what they're going to do. Oh, we go over there. No, they say, we're going to make you do what we want you to do. And that's why I like Rob Leonard.
Yeah, like Al Davis said, we don't take what they give us. We take what we want.
Exactly. We'll tell you what to do. Third down and 3. We'll tell you what you're gonna do.
What do you say?
Right.
Bag them up. Let the corner sort them out.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Oh, love it. Oh,
Yeah, they got the guy when he needed. What probably what you need? Well, we know we need some D-backs, get some linebackers. And what spot that do? Let's go get them. Let's bring them in.
touchdown.
So there it is. It's I like this general manager because he don't have an ego. He's talking to his coaches, asking them, "What do you need?" And what do? Go get them. I think last year with Pete Carroll was the old man in the room, so he figured, well, this is what we're gonna do. So go get him. Go get Geno Smith. Go get this guy. Go bring in what's his name? What was that offensive lineman guy? That guy was like not confident the other week.
Which one? Wait,
Stone Forsythe.
Stone Forsythe. Go get him.
yeah, boy.
Dude sucks. Go get Lockett. Well, you should have got Lockett in the beginning of the year. Now you bring Lockett in halfway through the year, which take away from the young guys developing. What are you doing? Because
Lockett was on Tennessee, I think, at the beginning of the year, and they brought Lockett in because the O-line wasn't holding up long enough for Geno to get confidence in other receivers because he was running for his life.
Yep.
So they brought in Lockett because he knew that Lockett understood how Smith works, and they were able to have some kind of continuity to some degree, you know. And it was really to protect the quarterback. That's why they brought him in.
But Lockett was a free agent beginning of the season before he signed for Tennessee. If you're gonna bring in Geno, why don't you bring
Really?
Lockett in?
Yeah, okay. I didn't.
Why you bring Lockett? And I say, well, bring Lockett in with him. They both played together. They know each other, so bring them in. They did. Now you bring them in halfway through the year because Lockett wanted to get out of Tennessee. Okay, we'll bring you in now. It's too late now, but So anyway, they gotta be better in the 28-29 season because that's when they play Super Bowl in Allegiant Stadium. So maybe we'll be there for that.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
That would be. We win one at home. Well, the Rams did it.
I mean, yeah, that'll be interesting. Really, really interesting.
Well, they can get there. That's what, 2 years from now?
Oh yeah, it can happen. Yeah, it can happen for sure.
In 2 years, I think we're a lot better team in 2 years than, I said this year, like Jason said, this is more like a test bed. What we need for next year. How can we win more games? What we're lacking. Hey, what's up, Mr. Barry? How you doing there, guy?
DP.
So I'm not expecting much.
I am.
6 games.
He said, "I am."
I mean, I'm not like I said, jump out the window, but I am jump out the window, but I'm not gonna hoopla like we are AD. I was like ecstatic.
Yeah.
Worst case, it's a win-win. Worst case, I was right or we won. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a win-win regardless.
So she finally passed out.
She getting there almost.
Yeah, she put it out. What? I ain't ready yet.
I went to Larry Doves and she's like,
He said, wait a minute, the camera's still rolling? She said, I ain't ready yet. Hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 games, 6, 7 games, I'll be happy. I want to see better play on field. That's all I want to see.
Yeah. I wanted to just talk about some wins on this podcast for a change. You know what I mean? This because literally this last 2 years we lost 10 games in a row. 2 years in a row.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
like
horrible.
I said, I've been a very fan for a long time, and last year, I mean, I saw the Raiders when they brought back Arshell in Oakland. I was like, God, it can't get no worse than this, but I was wrong about that. I was dead wrong.
Well, the Raiders will make a fool out of you in that way because we create ways to do the worst every way. Like you can watch us how we play. Like it's almost like we never, I won't say never, but we rarely lose the same way twice, but we definitely create new ways all the time. Like we lose games like how did that even happen like that? I mean, even down to the index card,
Yeah.
first down. Like
Oh yeah, that crap.
you'll never see nothing like that ever in life.
Bro, if there's only one way for us to lose, we will find that one way.
Oh yeah, we gonna
That's
find
one thing.
it.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing. That's one thing we were consistent with last year. We always find a way to lose. We're consistent
Yeah.
with that. Like,
They can
Yeah.
only lose if they lose 13 yards. Oh my God, they lost 16 yards. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It'll just be whatever. That's what I'm saying. You can't make it up. Like it feels. It used to feel like we were the comic relief of the league. You know what I mean? It was so crazy. I'm like, is this just what we are? Like, is this our future? Like, is this we're just the joke and the clown of the league?
the media love the Raiders. You know why? Because they have something to talk about. They are always clowns. They have something to talk about. And this year they can't find anything to talk about. And there's been those, of course, the big news. But now they're like, man, we don't know they're gonna be a joke this year. What are we gonna do? We
Right.
gotta find something to talk about. So they're gonna pick up somebody else.
Shout out to Chris Berman too. He was the only one shoulders left. Raiders.
Even Rich Eisen, man, he likes the Raiders. He like
Yeah.
he's gonna do better. He don't put us down, but he's a Raider fan. You can tell he's an undercover Raider fan.
He had us in the playoffs, I think the
Oh, he
last
is.
years. He said he had us in the playoffs like the last couple years. We let him down.
Yeah, he's an undercover Raider fan. He can't say it because he works for us, the media, so he can't he could, but he don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day we're gonna be right, y'all. One year we're gonna be right.
No, it's soon. It's soon. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's I mean, just like even with life. I mean, you can't guarantee something, but you definitely can put yourself in the best case scenario to have success find you. You know, if you do, if you lack certain things, like if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, like plain and simple. So we haven't been doing much planning, and so the results yield what they are. Now we have a plan. That doesn't mean that we're going to succeed, but it definitely gives us a better chance to succeed than we have been doing. And so I'm confident because if you really think about it, an expectation of 4 games, that's where everybody started off at 4 games, even 5 games. It's kind of embarrassing to be like, my expectation is 5 games as a professional. That's kind of embarrassing to me. So to me, being that Kubiak is the ultimate competitor, the culture that like we were trying to build a culture last year. Kubiak came in with the culture. And so I'm like, we're already streamlining what we're doing. So now, how does it translate on the field now? And that's what we need to see. I just don't think that we are a 3-win team or 4-win team. And if we are a 5-win team, that means whatever those deficiencies that we have, they reared their heads. So coming into the next year draft, we need to take care of those things so we can turn a 5-win team to a 9-win team or 8-win, 8, 9, 10-win team. And if we had 10 wins, usually 10 gets you in, but now with the one extra game, it may get you in. So I could see it being 10 wins in a couple seasons.
Yeah, I can see us doing that within not this year, but next year. I can see us doing that once they figure out exactly where we stand at, what we need to accomplish that. Because if you look at last year, there's a lot of games we could have won. We could have won that Jacksonville game. We could have won that Chicago Bears game. There are a few games we should have won, but bad coaching, bad play calling, and stupid key mistakes prevent us from winning. Oops. Here we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Winning. So we were there, but we got a lot. They got because Kubiak they couldn't watch the team because he was worried about his team going Super Bowl. So, but now that he saw what was going on, he immediately changed it. Say, oh, we need a winning culture. Well, first we got to win games to have a winning culture. So that's the thing we got to do. You got to put. He's going to put the players in the right position to win. He's gonna make the call because they hired the what's his name, Mr. Jawbone Chinoco. He's an OC, But you know where play call is coming from. It's coming from Kubiak. So he has that other guy, that counter guy, like, hey, we think we should run. Well, I think we should run this. Well, no, I think we should run that. All right. OC call the play. You know, he has that on his side. So that's a good thing. Well, last year with going back to go defense, Patrick Graham didn't have that option. Big Girl called everything.
Yeah, that was terrible.
He called 6 games. That's a travesty.
No, 6 quarters.
Oh, 6 quarters. Excuse me.
Yeah, 6 quarters. Imagine that. Just imagine that. Out of 17 games, what's that? 68 quarters. You got to call 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 of them. Yeah, probably towards the end of the game too. On top of that,
He got no. He said he had to go rogue and call him on his own.
Oh, no wonder he left.
He had to go rogue. Hey, I got so much respect for Patrick Graham for not going upside Pete Carroll's head. All right, maybe not going upside his head, but he didn't come out in the media and let us know nothing about that. He just took all the blame for it, and everybody was flaming Patrick Graham for that. And he never wavered. And it benefited him because now he got the job in Seattle. Because I was afraid that he wasn't going to get a chance to really get a fresh start. But I'm glad he did.
Patrick Graham's in Pittsburgh right now. He went to Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him. Like you said, I'm surprised he go upside his head, but then I've been elder abuse. He probably went to prison.
Right.
But yeah, because you look at the year before Peter got the defense wasn't that bad. I think we're in like the 16th or 15th position.
Yeah, until the season caught up with him, because at the end of the day, if your offense can't score 14 points a game, that's an issue.
If the offense can't hold to the ball long enough when it's 3 and out, interception or turnover, and then defense right back on the field. I think defense had more field time than offense did.
They absolutely did. I think by like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's supposed to be flipped.
No, but yeah, the offense will stay on the field longer. Ball control, score points. Ball control, score points. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do this year. Not going to be 3 and outs every time.
And that's why I say 7 wins or 6 wins, 7 wins. Like, because just for that alone, like the deficiency that we had was the coaching. Because by the time it gets to the player, you only giving the player like a 30% chance to succeed. So in this situation, by the time it gets to the player, it's going to be like an 80% chance that you're going to succeed. Now, if you don't succeed, it's because of you, not because of what we're doing to you or the position that we're putting you in. So that means we gotta go. We're gonna have to replace you, buddy. We like you. We like your personality. But like Kubiak said in the presser, we don't care about your personality. We want to know what you're gonna do on the field.
Exactly. You don't care. I don't care. I went to my family house for a cookout. Well, that's fine. But it was on the field's happening because like defense, they did what they had to do. Mm-hmm. They got them off the field, didn't score. But as soon as they sit down, take their helmet off, they're right back in there. Like, geez, I just sat down.
Like Gino doing the pick, guys. Let's go.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So I think we'll do a lot better. Got running game. And speaking of running game, what do you think about the running game? Well, how are we going to do in that running game?
So I was going to bring this up right after you guys were pretty much talking. Like, did you guys see the Mike Washington interview where he was like, I know every running back that was taken before me. And like just how obsessed he was, like if you watch that interview, like how obsessed he was with that, and I love it because he's playing with that chip on the shoulder, and like I know Genty is our guy, but I feel like he's a starter too, like you know what I mean, like so basically we got 2 good running backs, and I think with just a little bit of space, these guys are going to be able to eat. It wasn't like when we had Zamir, how he was struggling. I feel like
who.
Yeah, we don't say that. We don't say that around here no more. But
name we don't mention.
But you know what I'm saying? That's the one part I'm very confident in, our tight end room and the running back room. Like I definitely feel like that's gonna, which is good on the quarterback, because I feel like if the quarterback doesn't have to set back 35, 40 times, you know what I'm saying? That's actually the winning formula for us. It's running this ball, getting this running game going, and then play action if we got to, you know.
Speaking of tight end room, they got Wade Chris Collier. I'm fine with that. He's always hurt anyway. I did like him, but they got rid of him. And then they pick up that guy Zach Kuntz or Kuntz. I don't know. Excuse me, YouTube. I don't know how to say it. It might be Kuntz. Excuse me, YouTube. So Kuntz. Yeah, that's one of the words. Like, dude, 6'8" and then 251 pounds. This big boy.
Yeah.
I think they brought him mainly for blocking reasons. So the tight room just got better.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that coming. You know what I mean? Because I figure out of Lobby and him, Lobby's gonna make it, maybe, and then Collier's kind of odd man out. So basically, Mike Washington is a power back, and that's what we had him kind of really for back there.
Not really. Mike Washington. If you look at Arkansas takes, I'll talk to Raider Ben because he's an Arkansas guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really that power back because most of his runs came from outside the tackles.
Yeah, but he breaks tackles though. He can break.
He can break tackles, but I don't think he's that power back that you're thinking of. I think he's a different speed back. Because Gentry, what he can do. Mike Washington, you have to play a game, but you got to look at he's more like Gentry need a breather. You can bring him in, and they won't take too far of a step backwards like Gentry to Zamir, which I don't want to say his name too much anymore. That was a big step back, step down. It's like going to a 5-bedroom house to a single. Shit, I'm not used to this.
Yeah, you don't want to have a extreme drop off with the running back, because then the defense can adjust accordingly because they don't have to respect the run. But when it comes to Washington Jr., I call him bad intentions because he hits guys, he runs violent, and I wouldn't call him a power back.
No.
But he does run inside the tackles because I don't know how people are framing what a power back is, because a power back is a back that runs between the tackles majority of the time. I don't even think there's too many running backs like that other than my boy and Derrick Henry. Yeah, and there's some other ones, but he does run between the tackles. I think people are mistaken in that. I have a video on my channel right now where I played nothing but interior runs by him. Now, but that's neither here nor there, because Coach Kubiak is going to be able to scheme that up, because it's not that we're running power anyway. So we don't need a power back. So we need a guy that's going to run the zone and one cut and be out of there. And so the thing about Washington is that, and Gentry, that at any time, any one of them guys can take it to the crib. And that's what you want, because that's how you make the defense respect you, that if you give him the ball, that he really might score if you give him a crease. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you put Washington in on third down and he break one for 8 yards, get a first down, you can leave him in on first down again and give him another carry, as you do usually if a running back has a pretty good carry. And then you can bring in Gentry in for a second down or even a third down. And so it just gives you versatility and unpredictability. That's the thing that we have going on with our team, is the unpredictability. We have that on offense and defense. That's why they want players that's able to do multiple things. So we're not easy to scheme.
Because last year we were so predictable. We knew they knew the defense, like the defensive coordinator had the easiest job last year when they played against us. Like, well, we know they're gonna do. Easy.
Barbecue chicken.
Exactly. Exactly. But see, here's the thing about Washington and what Gentry can do. So they're gonna run a zone scheme. So they one cut away from taking it to the house.
Yes.
And then once they get to that second level, what is the Washington? What is 228, 6'2"? There's no D-backs don't really want to try to go hit up with him. And Gentry, same thing. You saw what happened when a quarterback tried to tackle Gentry. You're like, get off me, man.
That is
Come
that too.
So you want that where once they get to the second level, they're going to be lights out. And that's what they got. One cut
Yeah,
away,
you want them to
lights out.
one cut. Yeah, you want to make them. You want to make them have to make that business decision. So that's what you want to make that when it's 1-on-1 and you see that guy coming, you want that guy to have, like you said, you're not gonna want to keep doing that over and over and over and over and over, as Marshawn said. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna want to do that. You're not.
You got DB out there, man. I just had a baby, man. That's my last year of my contract. I just had a baby. I got to play some more. No, I'll try, but not hard.
Right.
Yeah, see, that's what we got. Dylan Lobby was not that guy. I like Dylan Lobby. I like his attitude, his character, his charisma, which don't mean that we're going to win games with him. But I think he's going to be more of a special team player than anything else. I think they should bring in one more running back, maybe a veteran, because they're talking about Sanders and a few other guys. Bring him in as a veteran running back, because Gentry's 2 years in. Washington is his first year. Lobby only been there 3 years, but I don't think he's the running back that we can use in certain situations, special teams. But I think they should bring in a veteran running back that has been in the league for a few years, that knows how to play. You know, teach these guys some things.
Third down back.
Roman Henby is another guy I think they should keep. Because you don't run between tackles, he can run between tackles. And in the end, that's all he was doing. He wasn't a quick cutback guy, but tell you one thing: when he ran through the line, he had a mission. He like, shit, y'all not tackling me. I'm getting to the first down or end zone, and you saw that. So I hope they keep him for that reason.
I haven't been hearing much about him lately, though.
No, I haven't either. But they got rid of Chris Collier, who was a veteran, and they kept him. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see in the preseason when they put the pads on, see what he can do. You know, keep him or not. But they only have 4 running backs right now. I think they should keep 4 or 5. Because maybe they put Henby on a practice squad. If all this fails, or they could lobby, I don't know. We'll see. Because there's 2 guys you know not gonna cut. That's obvious.
Right.
So the running back room look good. You said Jason, the tight end room look good. I agree.
Yeah.
So what's your biggest room that you guys are really worried about?
Wide receiver.
Huh?
Wide receiver. Because if Jack Best ends up being our number 1, I feel like that we're in trouble. You know what I mean? Like if because they're gonna have to. I know it says you don't need a number 1, all that kind of stuff, but you do. You know what I mean? You need someone that's going to be a go-to playmaker that the quarterback's going to trust on third downs when we need it. You know, besides Brock. Like say if Brock's out for a breather, who's going to be that dude? You know, so we gotta. No matter what people think, that has to be established at some point. You know, you got to have at least a couple go-to guys. Malik Benson, I love. I'm hoping he can definitely, take one of these starting spots and, just prove himself. But, it's how I see it, whether we Trey Tucker 1, Best 2, I think Thornton 4 or something like that. Malik Benson 3, like how's it gonna, how would it shake out? And
don't sleep on Naylor. Don't sleep on Naylor.
Oh yeah, I forget about Naylor. So yeah, Naylor. But Naylor was the third at another team. So like that's what I'm saying. We do that a lot too. We take a 3rd or 4th string wide receiver from another team and then try to make them a number 1 where we are.
But you got to look who's in front of him. Addison and Jefferson. Yeah, I mean, come on now. I mean, he gets those guys, so of course he's gonna be the 3rd man on the totem pole. You know, we don't have those 2 guys. We have Jefferson and a player like Jefferson and Addison. Oh yeah, there'll be no talk about the wide receiver. We don't have that yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not his fault, but I mean, that's just what we do. We brought Jacoby in and tried to make him a number 1, and we'll see how that worked out.
That's why Naylor left. That's why he was glad. You know what? I'm going somewhere where I can be one of the top receivers in there, where I get some catches. So that's why he
I was
left.
about to say he looked like a number one for Jacksonville to me. And if he was on this squad this year, he would have been the number one this year, and he would have played good.
Yeah, that's
And
why I don't get why we got rid of
I
our
keep
number
telling
one and number two with
I keep
Devontae.
telling people when we played Minnesota, Naylor was killing us. Although it was speeding of the game, but he was killing us. Like, well, because I think it was Addison was out, Addison was out. But Naylor was killing us. Like, you don't want this guy? I want him. I'll take him.
Yeah, he was suspended, I think, for I forgot, some kind of violation. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, but I don't. He's a veteran. He's been there for a while, so why not? That way he can push Tucker and the rest of his wide receivers. Like, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You want that last piece chicken? I'll get it.
Yeah, I just think we're a month away pretty much from the season started, and we're still, we just still have unknowns. So, it's just, a little concerning. I mean, yeah, we could figure it out, but I mean, I figure if we haven't figured it out yet, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of is what it is. So they're gonna pretty much try to figure out who's the best, who's not dropping the ball. That's the one thing. At least our wide receivers, they don't have a track record of dropping a lot of passes. But it's the separation. It's the, trying to get them open and new quarterback, all the stuff that goes into it. Like, that's why I see, like, it could be a slow start. We could figure it out, but I think it might take us a couple games until everybody gels and everybody kind of gets on the same pages, people running wrong routes, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that kind of stuff that kind of goes with the growing pains. But, I figure we will figure it out, but it kind of might be too late as we, because we got a tough schedule, that middle part. So we got to kind of hit the ground running this beginning of the season.
Yeah. My position for concern is probably the linebackers because of the drop off. If an injury hit and it's not outside the realm of possibility that our linebackers aren't going to play all the games. So and if that happens, because we predicating our defense on stopping the run and creating pressure with the front seven. And it's because of the linebackers. That's what the 3-4 fits. So that way they all come running downhill through a gap. And if we and I understand we're only gonna run the 3-4 like less than 30% of the time. Like, I get that, because most of the time we're gonna be in nickel and dime. Like, that's just what it is. And so, but if our linebackers if they're out there getting injured, knock on wood if you're with me, then that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a good room too. Linebacker too, because like you said, if we lose one person, say if we look like Walker or Dean, we might be in trouble. Because I mean, we have Lindenberg, we got Lindenberg.
And Dean did have some injury problems a few days ago. I mean, for the past couple of years. So that's a good concern. I mean, we got some linebackers in there. They picked up Buddy Johnson and a couple of guys, but we don't know what they're gonna do. But it's a big linebacker room. I think it's better than we had for in a while. But I can see your concern. If one of those guys go down, then who's up next? They talking about Lindenberg was doing good. But
man, they're always doing good in practice, man.
Practice, yeah. But like I said, we'll know everything full potential when they put the pads on and go out there and play. And see what we got. So yeah, I agree. My concern is not the wide receiver room. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about the wide receiver room. Because you got like you said, you got a good coordinator, offensive coordinator. You got Kubiak. He's gonna put the guys in a position to win. My concern is the DB room. That's my biggest concern. Like I said, Masses look good in practice. Porter is fighting for his life for a job.
You ain't lying.
That's good competition. DCAM, I don't know if DCAM is still on a team or not, but he
right.
So I'm not worried about him. We re-signed Stokes. And people say Stokes had a good year last year, but look at what happened. Luke was playing the opposite of him.
Exactly.
I mean, Kelly, if I'm a quarterback, I'm going right after him every time.
And they did.
And they did.
Don't single him out. Porter trotted his butt out there too. Matter of fact, Caillou was starting, lost his job to Porter, and Porter lost his job back to Caillou. And at least Caillou had 3 picks. So,
Well, yeah.
How you
for
started
whatever that's worth.
together, like he started to kind of make some plays before he got injured.
Yeah,
he
Porter started coming around a little bit.
First
Then
half
he
of
got
the season, though.
Yeah, Porter started coming around a little bit too. He got hurt. Then so we'll see how that works out. And other than that, McCoy, we don't know where his stats going to be.
Mhm.
But I think they're doing the right thing by bringing him through slowly and make sure everything is okay. He ain't played in a year and a half, so yeah, bring him slowly. Other than that, they still got Greedy Vance. So, and he did okay last year. He's a little guy, but he did pretty good last year. So I'm kind of worried about Stokes going to play on one side. Everybody's saying that. I'm worried about the other side. That's what I'm worried about.
Our Cal guy's gonna hold that down. He's gonna come in there and fight. Master's gonna come and get that.
You talking about that junior college guy from Cal?
I think Masters might take one of those spots though. Like, you know what I mean?
It's a good shot at it.
Yeah, because he's a dog.
Good shot.
He's gonna definitely compete. But the thing is, against our wide receivers, it's probably not gonna be that hard. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. They're good against our wide receivers, but what is it gonna look like against Jamar Chase and Justin Jeffrey? You know what I mean? Like that's why I want us to bring a wide receiver in. Yeah, we don't need it. We just need
you can't compare those two guys because those two guys make everybody's TVs look bad. So.
Exactly. I was about to say. I was about to say, who can guard them guys? Like,
exactly. You make everybody look bad.
but I mean, if we can't guard our guys, we definitely ain't gonna be able to go. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like,
yeah, that's true for sure.
We need that good competition now because we're not gonna be taking Trey Tuckers and Jack Beshes. You know what I mean? We're gonna have real receivers. You know what I mean? That we will have to defend. So that's why I want them to just go through the fire. We got to go through the fire, man. Make it hard now so it's easy when it's game time.
They are going to be practicing against a Clint Kubiak offense, so I think that speaks for something, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I just worry about rhythm and stuff because, like I said, it's a month away from the season. They got to get timing right. They got to get, you know what I mean, just make sure hands are where they need to be. All the stuff. So, I mean, I hope it, like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope it gels together. And we've had 3 number ones on this team the whole time. And we didn't know. You know what I mean? But,
like Renee said, we have better talent at positions we were concerned with last year. That's true. Mm-hmm. Now we have hope they develop. And that's exactly what happened last year. They didn't develop anybody.
No,
they didn't. None. They didn't put them out. They didn't put them out there for development, especially at the offensive line. They didn't develop nobody.
Yeah, when we had Bachman as our wide receiver, that's how we're in trouble. You know what I mean? Like that's how scarce our room was. And that's what I'm saying. Like we technically haven't changed anything but Naylor. You know what I'm saying? Naylor is the only addition. And so we're kind of in the same boat. But like you said, we got to figure out who's who, and at least Kubiak will help that. He'll get us, he'll point out who's who, and we'll see who's gonna be here.
Well, they brought in receivers to see who fits better in Kubiak's system. He went out. Oh, okay. Lost him. But he brought in players to who can play well in the system. Mm-hmm. But they saw because some people are hollering in the draft, we should draft this guy. Well, he might not fit the Kubiak system. He might not. We should bring in that wide receiver. We should have got this guy. And like they was hollering about when we traded down and got Stoops, which we haven't talked about. When they traded down Texas, and Texas took that defensive lineman from Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Everybody, you were mad.
I was pissed.
And I said, look, they brought him in for an interview. They didn't like his personality. They didn't like what they saw. They said, you know what? We're fine with our D tackles. What we need is what? What was our weakest point last year on defense?
I was about to say quarterback, but
No, I was on defense.
on defense, I guess would be our
D-backs.
Yeah, I would say DBs.
Yeah, because you have Paul paying out of position because he's not a free safety, he's a strong safety.
Yeah.
Then you had a matchup of DBs going out there playing cornerback. So what was our weakest spot? DB room. That's what I'm worried about right now this year.
I'm actually confident in this year now that we kind of picked up some more pieces.
Yeah, that's why they traded down with Texas and they took Stooks.
Yeah,
and that was a good pick. They got his buddy.
Yeah, I love that.
And so they brought D-backs to fit in the system.
Because
they felt they needed a defensive tackle. Like, yeah, we got some guys there, but we can go later and get one. They did get one later. They got the guy Cleveland later in the draft at the end.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, Kubiak and what's that guy? What's the Joe Master name? Spytek.
Yeah.
Saw what they were lacking. I suspect Spytek because he was there, saw the whole thing up close and personal. He saw what they were lacking last year. What was their weakness? And the DBs were pretty bad. Linebackers were bad too, but DBs were really especially bad. Oh, he's back. There you go.
Yeah, nothing there, y'all.
No, don't be damn. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that. What they did, because I don't know if you. I'm gonna tell the story right quick. I don't know if you're gonna be mad. During the draft, I was on group chat. Me, Jason, and a guy named Chewy about the draft. This guy on the text is texting like mad, like a madman. He was like, because we drafted Keon, we got that guy Keon. Oh man, he was livid. I'm like, dude, relax. I literally had to call him and calm him down for 20 minutes. He wouldn't let me talk. I said, dude, relax. We drafted Keon, that defensive end. I told him, you know what? You know what that means, right? What don't mean that they can't never draft right? I said, no, what that means. That means that your homeboy's out of there. Sure enough, what happened the next day?
Yeah, traded his ass off.
Yeah. I said, well, they doing shit for a reason, man. Just relax. And you always say, watch the process.
Exactly. People spazzed out over the Stooks pick.
Yeah. Stooks was understandable because we didn't have a free safety, but it was when we lost Caden McDonald to Houston after we traded back or traded, you know what I'm saying, two
we
spots.
didn't lose to Houston because apparently we didn't want.
Well, that was where my thinking was. I was like, okay, cool, he's still there, we can get him. That's the DT situation, bam, right there. And then we don't do that. Then we get an edge rusher. I'm like, what the hell? We got Max, we got too many edge rushers, if that. And then what really got me is when we got Zoom, and they're like, oh yeah, that's a good depth piece. I'm like, depth piece? We don't need no damn depth piece. We need a damn starter. Like, what is we doing? It was just how we were drafting. It just at that time didn't make sense until day 2. It started to come.
Zoom was a good pick because he can play all 5 positions, all 3 positions on the line. So he can play any position. Somebody go out, he can get in and do it. I don't know, tackle maybe. Yeah, he can do all positions. So that's a good piece to have on your thing, because what they're drafted for is people that can do multiple things, not just one thing, multiple things. So that's what they drafted for.
Yeah,
and that dude Chiron, when they drafted him, I'm like, okay, I never heard of him. I had to go back and watch this game. I said, oh, I see what they did, because he's built. He's another, like, don't give up plays. I was watching him, like, he didn't give up no plays. He didn't take a play off. It was at Auburn, and I like what he said when he came in. He said, I'm here. I'm playing behind Max. And I'm gonna learn everything I can so I can be better than Max Crosby.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, that words are words, but his mentality is what the Raiders want, especially if you watch the Behind the Shield episode. He says that. and they like that
Yeah.
because it's not all about physicality. It's all about what's up here.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
Well, I'm more confident this season than I was last season. I would have lost confidence last season, but the outcome was like, I'm 62 years old, man. I can't wait another 40 years for another Super Bowl. I'll be 102 by then.
Oh, you crazy.
No, it's soon. I just, like I said, I want to see more than 6 wins. I just want to see, us compete where at least in the end of the season, we're in the hunt for the playoffs, or we're at least competing for, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get there, we do, we don't, but at least be there. At least be in the mix.
Yeah.
I want to see us win some more division games. I want to see us beat the crap out of the Donkeys, the Queefs, and the Chargers. Because we already stopped the Chiefs winning streak. We got to stop the Donkeys and the Chargers winning streak. Like, got to be at least once.
And we literally just owned the Broncos. Like, we had what was that? 10? I forgot. 10 plus wins against
8 straight.
Oh, it was 8. Damn, I had 10 putting extras on it. But it felt like 10. No, but yeah, we were just, and then now they got a streak on us. So
that's only 4.
Yeah, that's too much.
It felt like 8.
Yeah,
seemed like it.
Yeah. And then Mahomes is practicing, y'all. Mahomes is out there getting it.
I'm not worried about him.
I didn't like that. I'm
not worried about him because he's not going to be the same. He got the ACL. He's not going to be the same, Mahomes.
Yeah, but he's trying to get there because, they were showing the practice, and then they lost one of their weapons, though. Sorry to praise somebody's injury, but he was kind of an up and coming guy, and not no more. So their little glimmer of hopes for extra star is gone.
Besides that one game that we really didn't do anything. Well, we had 30 offensive plays. We were pretty much in competition with Kansas City. Even the first game played, we wasn't that off, but we did lose.
They took it easy on us too at the end.
Well, we did beat them, but that was no Mahomes there. But when we played Mahomes, they pretty much wiped the floor with us. 30 plays, come on, dudes.
It's great. We got us great.
Some teams get 30 plays in the first quarter.
They call the dogs out all golf.
I'm not really worried about the AFC West too much. I don't worry about the Raiders itself because a lot of them games were self-inflicted losses, bad calls, bad timing. When your first home game and your first play on in the game, you throw an interception to a team and give them 7 points right there. That right there, okay. So this is where we're going.
Yeah.
First play of the game for the Raiders, offensive play, throw an interception. Dude, really? And you still could have won the game.
The Minshew plus the Geno years have been the worst back-to-back years I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, we're not talking about a team that won a lot of games in my lifetime, but it's never been like this. You know what I mean? Like I said, we were always close. We were 6-7 games where we win the game, we could be in the playoffs, if not. But we've never done like this where, you know what I mean? The closest thing was that year DC came. You know what I mean? That 2 and whatever it was, 2-14. That was the closest we had to and that's rare, you know what I'm saying? But usually it's 4 or 5 wins or something like that. But consistently, since going to Vegas, we have not put together, a good showing at all.
Well, how could we? How could we? We kept changing coaches every 6 months. It seemed like hire and fire and changing all these coordinators. How could we have? We had no consistency. We had nothing to. This is where we're going to do it this year, and then we're going to prove what we did last year. This year, next coming year, when you get firing head coaches, left and right.
Yeah,
you can't. Because if I go back to Detroit, look what they did with Homeboy, the head coach of Detroit. First 2 years, they stunk like they always have. And then what they do, after a couple of years of fighting and getting the right offensive coordinators, the right players in there, and they was making their run. They didn't get to a Super Bowl, but I'm saying, but they made a run. They looked good. They was a feared team at that time. So that's one thing. That's what we got to work. Look at that. takes time. Because they said from worst to first. Usually from worst to first was the same coach from worst and then the first.
Yeah.
They didn't change their coaching staff. They didn't change the players. They got better players. But from worst to first, it's the same coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect more out this year. I expect a better game. I expect I can actually watch the whole game without leaving throwing a breath to the damn TV.
I want to curse less. I don't want to be cursing out my TV this year.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll say it. I'm not even worried about it. I mean, I know going to win more than 3 games. Yeah,
I'll watch it go 1 and 16.
If we go 1 and 16, I'm probably not. Boy,
No, I don't think.
I can't handle it. I'm not going. I can handle the team going 1 and 17. 16. I can't handle the fans.
We got the Browns, I think, this year, so we at least got 1.
No, we're gonna win the first week. Because I already knew that was gonna happen. Though you know what? You can just see a car crash about to happen sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just knew that was Shador was gonna get his chance at that point because why? Because the Raiders love putting quarterbacks on the map, and that's what's gonna happen. And it is what it is. I've watched enough Raider games to know that this quarterback could be he can have 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions up to that point. He's gonna come in and throw for 4 touchdowns, 380 yards, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, all right, you do got some promise."
Like they did with Dalton for the Panthers. He looked like a world beater when he played us.
I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, man, this is not good because he knows what he's doing. Now the problem with him is his ability to stay in the game because I also knew he wasn't going to last more than 3 or 4 weeks too. So
yeah, I expect great things from him. I mean, like I said, I don't expect greatness now. I think this is more like Jay said, this is a free year. This is a year to get things established, and Raider Nation and Raider fans got to be patient.
Look, they're patient. But
there's no patience. I mean, we're impatient because we've been doing so many changes and hiring the wrong coaches, wrong staff, and getting the wrong players. Yeah, I can see the impatience. But this year,
I didn't say impatient. I said they're patient, like hospital patients.
Mental patience.
Mental patience.
Yeah, that's what they are at this point. Like, but I mean, I'm not dumping it all on the fans because the Raider organization then gave us every reason to lose our mind.
Exactly. For years now, they've been like, we had that 1 year we went to the playoffs. Whee! But after that, like, come on. And then what happened? We went to the playoffs, then we fired them. Then we got rid of the head coach, hired them idiots. After that, been downhill ever since. Downhill. I mean, not downhill like slowly running. I'm like falling off a damn cliff.
Yeah.
Free fall.
Yeah. Like you jump out of a plane with no parachute. They say, hey, you jumped on a plane, you forgot your parachute.
Right.
Around your ankle.
2 playoff appearances since exactly. But I'm not worried about playoffs. I'm worried about building this team up. I'm worried about by 2027, I can look at and be proud. I'm proud anyway, regardless. I'll walk around my Raider gear on. People say, "You're a Raider fan?" Yeah, I'll put stuff for you. Why? Because you guys suck. Who's your team? Well, I don't really have a team. Well, shut the fuck up.
That team sucks too.
It was shut up then. If you have a team, then don't talk to me. Well, I like this team this year. Well,
good.
You're a bandwagoner. You're not a fan.
Right.
I don't even talk to me. That's shit. One guy like that. Who's your team?
Now this is the beginning, like without injuries and all that kind of stuff. So it still looks pretty clear, but we'll see how this shakes out. We get them pads on Monday.
Is it Monday or Tuesday?
Let's get it.
Oh, is it Tuesday? Yeah, it might be Tuesday.
I think it was Tuesday. I thought it was too because they got 2 more practices to do. I think they're off today. They're off Sunday. So they got 2 more practices.
Yeah. Well, let's get it then. Let's get to it.
Yeah,
It
this is
will.
what's because that's why I said that's why I really didn't want to talk until these times when the pads come on, because nothing means that everybody looks good running in shorts. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, he looks fast. He looks real fast. He's catching that ball with nobody on him, doing real good. But it's like when they start competing, like when we get to Houston or when Houston comes for the joint practice, that's when I want to listen. I want to hear what that looked like against a professional defense like that. You know what I mean? How that offense looked against them. And then we'll be impressed.
We could have beat Houston last year. Almost there. But like I said, bad play calling, bad things, bad time.
Yeah.
I think that playing against Houston and I don't think we did what with Pete Carroll. We didn't have a joint practice, huh? Last year. No.
I think was it? I think we did. I thought we did.
I don't think
I
we did.
like we did. I felt like we did.
I thought we did. I don't know. I wasn't sure, but in any event, at least we have a joint practice with a premier defense that tests our offense out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they can do and say, no, let's see what we got.
Bro, I hope we hear the wide receivers were giving the DBs in Houston a problem. That's what I want to hear. Because until we hear that, then then we'll be concerned. But
like I said, I'm not knocking this wide receiver room so much as anybody else is. Like, remember that they couldn't do nothing that shit because the quarterback didn't give him the ball because he's running for his life, or he's getting sacked, or he was throwing to the other team. So they really get a chance to do anything. The ball that they had come to either short, too high, or too low.
Yeah.
Because
we had joint practice last year against the 49ers, by the way. I just want to throw it out there.
Okay.
Oh, what's the Niners? Okay.
49ers are.
Which is a good one too. I like going with good, with solid teams that are good defenses.
Playoff teams.
Yeah.
No. So we'll see. Our first preseason game is coming up after that. After a few weeks. Can't wait for that. We'll see your boy Mendoza out there eventually.
Can't wait.
Mm-hmm. And they'll probably throw AOC out there. They probably throw that dude Jacob Clark, which nobody's talking about because nobody's talking about him.
Right.
But see, the reason why I like this because it was oh my God. Hold on a minute. Oh my God, this dude's in here. Give me a second.
Who, Furpo?
Got to do this.
Hardest working man in show business.
As you take it off? There we go. Aha! What's up, Mr. Furpo? What am I talking about? I forgot. Go ahead, say something. I forgot what I was saying.
You talking about us making the playoffs? 10 wins?
I didn't say that. I know I didn't say that.
10 wins every year on your back. You know what I mean? Upside down, you win 10 games.
Oh, I just see 10 games. I like to see 12 games. Hey, I like to see the Raiders go 20-0. You know what that means? That means they won Super Bowl. So, that's what I want, but that's fantasy land.
Listen, we live there. We go there often. We'll see. Like I said, we're the type of team we surprise. Like the year you think we won't do nothing is the year we surprise.
I haven't thought that at all because I thought we're not going to do anything. We did exactly what I thought. We're not going to do anything.
Kirk at quarterback is interesting. It really is, though. Like, because if anybody can get the best out of these wide receivers, it's going to be Kirk. Yeah, just getting it to the open guy, and that's what I said. That's it. You could be 6 to 8 games. You know what I mean? It depends on how it goes. Like, if we lose to Miami, it's over. Remember, Chris, how I said by game 2, we'll know. If we lose to the Chargers, it's over.
No, I said the Raiders go 20-0. That means we win the Super Bowl. 12 wins, I'm fine with that too. Hey, I'm fine with wins and losses. I'm not here for that right now. I'm here to see us play better football. That's all I'm gonna say. I know we got to develop a lot of young guys. We got to get cohesiveness. We got to get the offensive line right. We got to get the linebacker core right, the DBs. There's a lot of things we got to fix. We also got to fix the place kicker because we got Tokyo 2 out there that's I heard out there killing it.
See that part too. That's until we get our
There's
kickers.
only one position in this whole team, I think, that we have to worry about anything.
Punter.
Not to say that's a goddamn punter.
Yeah.
Well, we for hella years, Shane Leckler was the best player on our team for a lot of years.
Yeah. That goes to show you too where we've been as an organization, that our star players include
always had good punters.
Kickers and punters.
Where's always had good punters? From
Leo Eric Blues, we had
Leckler
with
punters, not kickers, punters.
Yeah. Oh, but I mean, but we've always had like star kicker punter combos because we didn't score too many touchdowns, so we were kicking.
Ooh, they had a lot of practice. That's why.
They were in rhythm. As far as our kicking competition, I did hear that Matt A with the G being silent. I heard he hit all his field goals, and I heard Tokyo missed one. But I'm not really looking too much into that. What I do want to see is how they perform in the preseason, because that is so. As much as preseason is not much like a real game, I guess, as we saying it loosely, or as I'm saying it loosely, in the kicking game, it's legit. It's legit. That's a legit opportunity. Like, that's legit. So we're gonna see. And the thing about Tokyo Toe is he's a college kicker, so it's not many chances he got to kick 55-yard, 56, 57-yard field goals. And maybe I'm just spoiled from Janikowski, knowing that if we trot him out there from 54 on out, that we really got a good chance of it going in. But I want to kind of see how that plays out, because I think he's accurate. I think I think it's a good story and everything. But I think, like Kurt Kubiak said, the story don't mean nothing to him, man. Can you put it through the uprights? And so I'm really interested to see what that kicking battle looks like in preseason.
Yeah, because you gotta remember he learned how to play football from YouTube.
I love it. He learned how to play He played at YouTube University. He was learning.
He played in Hawaii, which is not a higher echelon conference, and plus the ball's different. You know, there's a lot of things going to change for him. But like I said, I'll give him a shot. I'll give him credit. At least they wouldn't sign him. Yeah. You know, they depend on Matt Gay to to be the guy. So maybe I thought it was. Why did you sign another kicker? Wait, just in case. We're covering every background we have. Like I said, there's only one position that doesn't worry about. That's punter. That's it.
Yeah.
So you guys have been on 2.5 hours already.
Nice.
What you got going on, Black, this week?
Well, this week I'm gonna just keep on streaming, keep on grinding, try to get my name out there. I'm a rookie this year. I mean, I was here last year at the beginning of camp. So this is going into my second season, but this is my first. That's like my red shirt year. I recently got monetized, so I'm excited about that. And then so I'm gonna keep on grinding with that, because this is a slow part of the year. And so that way, when the season kick off and everybody watching, all the content creators, and the numbers go up, then I feel like I at least earn my position here in the Raiders verse. So I'm looking forward to that. Coming Friday, Jason's gonna be there. We got the Fight or Flight Club, which is gonna be a debate show. A structured debate show, not ghetto. It's not going to be disrespect, none of that. I just wanted to have a place where we all can have conversations about all these things, Raiders, and vent out what happened during during the week in the game, and just have a place that we all can kind of come together and collab. A lot of us lesser known content creators, because a lot of the upper ones, they're where they are, and they on Mount Rushmore or Mount Shieldmore or wherever they put themselves. And so they're a little too high for me. So I feel like all the guys that's been grinding, trying to get to monetization and stuff like that, we all can collab together. We can, we can share with each other audiences and get our names out there, and also just have fun at the same time. So that'll be Friday at 8:30 West Coast time. So if you're a Raider fan, you might want to pull up to that because I think it's going to be really, really fun. And I'm looking forward to Jason popping out for that. And you're any Raider fan that's been Raider fan 45, 50 years and on, like the gold members, like I have the utmost respect because I'm 53 and I've been a Raider. Like I said, I was born into it. So we understand when we say it feels different, and it's not because of I don't like to lead with feelings, but this feels different because it is different because of the way we're structuring things. So we're gonna talk about a lot of hot topics and just get at it, and have fun. So that's what I'm looking forward to this week.
You said Friday 8:30.
Yes, sir.
I might pull up in there.
Yeah, that'd be nice. No, I would love that.
Very cool. So I don't know. Jason decided. Yeah, I gotta wait for him. He's the boss. I don't know if we're gonna do a cover 3 Tuesday night or not. We should because that's where they put the pads on. We can talk about that. So other than that, I really haven't done anything because it was nothing to talk about, and that's why I like it. It's like, what can we talk about? Nothing. We talked about we did the draft stuff and all that stuff, but then after that, it got so quiet that there's nothing to talk about until they get the pads on. That's why with Jason we said let's wait till the pads come on, then we can talk about what's going on. Because t-shirts, anybody t-shirts, anybody can play football in t-shirts, but the pads
I'm pretty good unguarded. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty decent unguarded, man. I can throw some mean spirals with nobody chasing me.
For real. Yeah, but I do want to thank you guys for allowing me the time on your guys' program. I've watched this show for a minute. I'm subscribed and everything. So you guys make sure you subscribe to the gentleman's channel. I mean, I don't know if you guys really realize how much work goes into this. It's a lot more than just it's a lot more than just popping on the camera and just start talking. It's a lot more to it than that. So I respect what you guys do. And thank you.
You have your link? You can put it in the chat right quick. I can post it up.
Let me see. Well, it's just business decision sports, just like underneath my name. It's like town business, BIZNESS decision sports, because sometimes you got to make that business decision when you playing sports. You feel me? So that's kind of how my show is predicated on.
Yeah, like you said, it's good not talking about the Estonian saying ABA. We don't have that anymore. We don't have that right now. That's good. That's
Right.
good. You talk about the bad. You talk about the good that's coming up. So anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and call it.
Pizzle it up.
Pizzle. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'll be remiss if I don't say that. We do the Bart show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 3:00 West Coast time, the Bay Area Raider Talk. So that's the Bart show that we do, and Pizzle, great co-host on that show. So make sure y'all pull up to that too, because like I said, that them OGs, we know what it is. We know what it is. Jason, he know what it is. He really from Oakland out, as we say, right? So you already know what it is. So yeah, make sure y'all can pull up to that too if y'all don't mind, because it's definitely a good show.
Yeah, I guess I'm one of those guys that have been around for a long time. I've seen the ups and downs, and I'm tired of the downs. So I'm ready to see the ups now because it's been too long.
Yeah, we invested you know what? It's like an investment. We already endured the rough time, so it's time for us to get paid now. Cash us out.
Yeah, it is.
I guess what's one more delusional season? You know what I mean?
Right. Worst case scenario.
We've been through enough already, so yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I can see it's 8 to 10 games this year. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the closer we get to the season, though, it's probably we'll be at 12. You know what I mean?
Well, they're the biggest. Their odds are against 4.5 wins. They're like, okay, well, that's 1.5 wins more than last year.
No, Vegas got it at 5.5, and they won it, and they say you should take the over.
Oh, they went up.
That's what they told us though.
The beginning
the year before.
Right
that was before. That's before the I guess that's
draft.
before we. Yeah, but I think that we're at 5.5 now, and they say take the over. I mean,
Is
like,
it-
so I'm like, we better win 6 games at least then, because that should be we should be cool with that. Not cool with the 6 wins, but that's twice as many as 3. So
It's better than
Yeah, well,
three.
there you go.
Yeah, because at
Yeah,
least
but
we can
as I
talk about.
saw that 4.5 right
Mm.
before the draft.
Oh,
Four and a half. Like, okay, well, that's okay, good. That's one more. That's 1.5 more than we won last year. So okay, well, whatever.
right,
5.5. Okay, well, that means 6.
If we can beat
yeah.
Miami, that's what I said. If we beat
Oh,
Miami,
man, if we win 2 out of the first 3 games, and I think we play Kansas City in one of them games. I know we play the Chargers. We play Miami, the Chargers, and who else? And then I think we play Kansas City. But either way it go, we mess around and win a couple of them first couple games and beat a struggling Mahomes or a not so Mahomes.
yeah, because I think Max can get to him now. But I think Mahomes is a smart QB. He's gonna get the ball out of his hands quick.
If he starts, if
Yeah,
he plays,
yeah. Well, no, I mean
he's practicing, but
he's running around now. He looks like he's on pace.
well, the ACL tells they're gonna, got to worry about that.
The game guys is like, we ain't trying to hear.
Oh shit!
Oh, lost him again.
My bad.
The game, they were saying, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm claiming that we about to win some games. Let's get it.
Yeah,
That's right. Exactly.
yeah.
Crawford, yeah. Of course, they're gonna play a lot, so not gonna play the stars too much. Crosby's not gonna play that much. They probably put Kirk Cousins out there for a couple of series in preseason, take him out. Shuffle in between the 3 other quarterbacks. So you don't expect all the stars, the main stars, to play. Like Cole Miller's not gonna play that much. Lindenball probably play a little bit more because they want to get the flow. But don't expect to see all the stars out there, because after first quarter, you can forget about seeing stars out there.
First week of cuts will be the Cameron Richardson. He'll be in that first wave.
Damn.
Well, I
Right.
mean,
DCam caught a stray.
Yeah, that's true, because I don't hear anything about DCam and Camp. Nothing.
I seen him like just standing there, but as far as making plays, nah.
I think he's out. I don't think his head's in the right place anyway.
I forgot they lost what's his name too, Worthy. Well, not lost him, but he's shoulder injury from last year still.
Ooh, Worthy?
Yeah, Worthy got banged up. I think it was either the day before yesterday or yesterday.
Sure, we're talking about Kansas City.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about what Kansas City got. Shoot.
Well, I mean, that's our toughest, you know what I mean? Like, so we got to always know what they're doing too. Because it's what we do, but we got to know what the people around us in our division are doing too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's true. But then you got to worry about the Donkeys, because they picked up that dude from what did they pick up? Waddle.
Yeah.
So as you say, we got there's a lot to worry about, but I'm not gonna look at other teams to worry about what they have. I'm worried about what we have, what we can do.
Yeah. Well, but we stack our roster.
Because I want teams to fear us again, like they did back in the days. And I don't want to worry about what they had. They had to worry about what we have. See, we don't have that. We don't have that no more.
Yeah.
Everybody's worried about. Well, Kansas City picked up, what's it called? The Denver Broncos picked. So what? I want to worry about what the Bears did have, not what they have, what we have.
We still got Brock Bowers, so
Yeah, well, that one player don't make a team.
Thank you. Well said. Yeah, because every time we talk about wide receiver, everybody's like, "Oh, we got Brock Bowers." Like, last time I checked, he's a tight end.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, I don't care what they have. I'm worried about what we have. So what they signed? Oh wow, Kansas City just signed this guy. Big deal. What do we have? That's what we need to worry about.
That's the question right there. What do we have?
Anyway, well, guys, I'm a sign. We are ready to sign out because I'm gonna go eat some food. I think my wife came in and said I'm hungry.
Oh,
Hey, call me anything you want, but just don't call me late for brunch, lunch, or dinner.
Okay.
Right? But I don't know. But you guys did talk about the 49ers, so I'm kind of scared to go in there now. So I don't know.
We're the second best team in the Bay.
Yeah.
Well, the only team in the Bay, not even the Bay anymore. They in another That's part of the state stuff.
I know it saddens me when I go in like Targets and it's all Niners and Giants stuff. I don't like it.
Yeah, hate it.
But you know, respect to all.
All right. So with that being said, guys, hey, thanks Black for coming in, man. Join this morning, man. Appreciate your input and everything else. I'll probably try to jump in Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
Yeah, come check it out. I think it's gonna be cool. You know, I just need the support from the nation because I'm creating that for the nation. You know, because I hear a lot of things about that we want to be able to collab with each other like that, but then it's always some kind of weirdness that goes on amongst these content creators, and that ain't gonna stop me from trying. But sometimes, you know, it just keep trying. One day it'll come into place because you know, we'll have it. We'll get it done.
That was my intent because I want to come and talk to the Raider fans and the Raider Nation because where I live, there's not too many Raider fans in the middle of the damn desert. So I like to sit and talk to you, see what you guys think. You know, get my opinion out there. That's the reason why I did a new channel. I'm not monetized yet, and I don't even worry about all that. I don't even care if I reach the monetization because I'm not worried about getting paid by YouTube because it ain't that much anyway. But I just want to talk to people. I want to meet different people. Like I just met you. The first time I seen your show, but the first time I met you. Yeah. I just watched Red Twine. First time I met when we did a live show. So I like to meet people, talk to people, and like get their opinions about it. Because everybody has a different opinion about the Raiders. Mm-hmm. You know, I got my opinion, you got your opinion. Jason don't have the opinion. He likes Kansas City.
Jason a bully.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I'm on the problems, man. I was just team, man. I love my squad.
He had that boy on stage talking about, I don't want to see you at all. Wait a minute. But Black, either you kick him off or I'll never see you again.
I'm like, is this what we doing? I'm like,
what's that last show? I don't think I watched it. Go back and watch it.
Yeah, you might want to go in there and peep that because that was something. I'm telling y'all, my shows be epic. I don't plan them out like that, but I'm telling you, it's always something that's going to happen on there that's going to be epic. I promise you. It's not that I try to do it like that. It just is. It just is.
Yeah. Well, one thing about Jason, because I mean, we did a show together when he gets triggered, man, and ain't no stopping him. Like, Jesus.
To his credit.
I say, dude, calm down.
No, to his credit, though, because I wasn't reading the chat. And so when I looked up, and I saw the thing I saw the message said, but I'm really from Oakland, though. I just, wait a minute, time out, what's going on? And then, but he was saying it in another context. And then once they all got into context, and then I shot him a message, and he really was receptive. And he was, and like I said, I love the fact how he handled it and everything, because Brett took what he said out of context, and then it went left. And so I was like, how did we get here? You know, and I was just giving Jason a hard time, calling him a bully because Brett was crashing out because he thought Jason was looking for him. And Brett daylight with a flashlight.
You like come to find him over a comment? Like I'm like, like
come see me.
Right.
Be on the same team.
Right. Because he said next time I see you, we can handle it because we was talking about the show on Friday. That's what Jason was talking about, and that's what I thought he was talking about. But he was thinking he meant in real life, like next time I see you, it's on. Brett live in Canada, so I don't even know why he even felt that way. But hey,
who was it? What's the name?
Like I'm gonna go all the way out there for a car. I'll forget what it was by the time I get out there.
Yeah, for real.
What was his name? I'm gonna go watch it in a minute. But what was his name?
No, it's on my show, The Business Decision. I don't want to put his name out there just because I just ain't. But I'll tell you when we go off. But people that go to the channel, they'll see it won't be hard to find. Trust me.
But see, like my boy Frank says, somebody has to guard the gate.
Right. Yeah, somebody got to guard the gate, right.
But shout to bro though. Respect to bro.
Yeah, shout out to bro, yeah.
Like, just difference of views, and that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and to his credit, he did apologize for taking it the wrong way. So to his credit, that too.
Yeah, I think we cleaned. We got back.
Yeah, we on the same page.
Wish him the best.
You don't want to trigger Jason. I'll tell you one thing.
No, it's an Oakland thing.
He like that pit bull, man. He
Yeah,
won't let
yeah.
you go.
It was. I was kind of getting just more frustrated just because I think it was just a missing of the point of. It's not that we're not just representing that they left us in Oakland. It was the Bay Area, California in general. Like it's not just one city that was upset. Like it's not.
Right.
We're not talking like bitter people. It's just, you take something from someone break into your house and take your stuff. You know what I mean? You're gonna be a little hot. So we got a team. Speaking to another state. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was a little. I mean, we still love them, but I mean, you can't help but to feel the way we feel. But like I said, once we start winning, you know what I mean? It'll kind of take a little of the, because if the point was to move, and then that was gonna equivalent some wins, it's not working too well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
not at all. Right.
That's what everybody was saying when they were like, "Watch, we gonna start winning games once we move." And it's been a rough one, man. But
yeah, you don't want to trigger no dude from Oakland because once they go there, they're there.
It's just
they're already mad. They lost their team. So don't piss them off more.
Yeah.
Shout out to the roots, though. Shout out to the roots, man.
Well, I'm fine because the biggest only 3 hours for me, so I'm good.
Yeah. Straight up.
So, bro, you said everyone should be happy now. It's financially, a blessing that they're, but financially, yes, we're blessed. But football wise, we got work to do.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of work to do. I think it's coming. It's coming forward. It's coming in forward. But you got to be, like I said, patient and let the process work, and then we're good. But anyway, guys, salute. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Like I say, today it's a free subscription day, so make sure you subscribe. So we'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
You guys have a good one. And we
Appreciate
are
you.
going to say this before we leave.
I'm all right at all.
And have a good day. Have a blessed Sunday. Stay safe. Keep clean
sir.
out there. Don't do anything stupid. See you guys.
That's real.
It's the Sunday morning Pillaging show.